Alright, hello, welcome everyone. This is the first podcast episode for the Art Institute of Austin's Comic Book Society Club thingy. And my name is Josh Williamson. I am the president and host of this podcast, and sitting to my immediate right is
Eva Long, Samantha Merrill,
Brianna Kinsey,
Jose Cuella.
Come on, you knew you had to do it sometime. No, you are not Howard the Duck. Okay, so anyone who has not... No,
I'm also a host.
No, you're not Howard the Duck. So what he's talking about is Howard the Duck and his rise to fame once more. Cause
He was never famous. Stop.
No, not really, no. Because... Howard the Duck, come on, that movie was Marvel's biggest flop ever. Like, are you kidding me?
You know, technically, their biggest flop ever was the Fantastic Four with Roger Corman, because that never got released.
I
believe you guys are forgetting the first Hulk movie.
Or Elektra.
With Eric Bana.
But they got released.
Oh,
I'm like Roger Corman.
We shall never speak of that ever.
What? What are we not speaking about?
The Hulk movie with
We're talking about it right now.
Exactly. Anyways, so we have a few topics on hand, but not really many, so bear with us. One of our first topic is the recent Marvel Comics character changes. Most of you by now have probably heard of Marvel Comics changing the gender for Thor to a woman, which...
Everybody loves boobs, okay?
That's very
yes,
true.
but come on, it's Thor. If they went with the story, like he had a lost sister, yes, and she was worthy of Mjolnir, that would work even better.
And the next event, I think it's called the Next Avengers, with the kids and stuff like that. He has a daughter.
Yes, he
called
has a
Thorin.
daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she holds a sword. But there's also Captain America, who is
Sam.
Sam. Yeah, they changed Captain America. They got rid of Steve Rogers and made Captain America his quote unquote sidekick, Falcon, which I'm not too sure of because Captain America is Steve Rogers. Captain America is not a name that you can pass down, like with Bucky when he became Captain America for a little while. Spoilers, anyone who has not read the Return of Captain America storyline.
I'm looking at the concept art, and it just looks like Falcon and Captain America had a love child together.
Pretty much. Yeah.
And it's just kind of like, I'm like, what's wrong with, having two different characters,
It's not bad to have two different characters, but to totally get rid of one character and put him another character in the previous role, that kind of loses its demeanor, its originality, its specialness. Because if they redid his entire background like they did with Nick Fury, because originally Nick Fury was white, and then about a few years before the first Iron Man movie came out, they decided to just completely redo his whole background story, and
that was for the Ultimate Comics, though. In 616, on the original Marvel lineup, he's still white. He's still going around being white.
Was Nick Fury in the X-Men movies?
No.
Okay, then I'm thinking of...
they did the same thing
Evolution.
with Harvey Dent. They had him as originally a black character.
Yeah, 89, but that's the movies.
Yeah.
Anyways,
still, they're gonna change up the races just to apply to the times.
Yeah, because my question here is: has anybody been reading the John Romita Captain America?
Haven't read it.
I haven't read anything, so
No.
I can't talk crap about this, but I don't know what the story is about because it might be a good choice or a good move in the story. But if you're just changing him for the sake of changing him, then get out of here. I don't want that.
Yeah,
because I need to read the book first.
Yeah, it's like I understand when like she said they do change it up for like modern times and stuff like that, and I like them when they're cultural or starting to get more cultural advance, but it's one of those where it's like it wasn't needed, you know.
Yeah, and
it was kind of like with the new Spider-Man, you know, and stuff like that.
Yeah, the superior Spider-Man.
Superior Doc Ock, Miles is black. Well, you know, Ultimate Universe. Peter Parker died in 2011.
But what I was going to say is that for the new Nick Fury character, they changed his backstory and based him. They actually came out and said this, that they based him off of Samuel L. Jackson's persona and build and height. And that is the only reason that Samuel L. Jackson has been in the Marvel DC universe. Oh, someone coming up. That is the only reason
we're not going to edit that out.
No, we're not. That is the only reason that Samuel L. Jackson has ever been in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because they based the character off of him.
They said that they did that immediately. They said that they plan on doing a Nick Fury Samuel L. Jackson long ago. Apparently, somebody up there in the Marvel Universe was a big fan of Pulp Fiction. Loved Samuel L. Jackson. I don't blame them for that. He actually brought a new sense to the character, so I think it's a great idea.
He has made the biggest money, the best movie, Snakes on a Plane, the best, one of his best movies ever.
David Hasselhoff will forever be Nick Fury to me, guys. I'm sorry.
Oh, God.
And just in case you're wondering, Jose is more or less acting as the club jerk right now.
I mean, David Hasselhoff.
You're like the one that starts the fights. You know, you just throw an idea out there and be like,
he's got two things over Samuel L. Jackson. He's white and he's got hair.
I want a bald black Nick Fury. I'm sorry, but
I
like the ultimate approach with the Marvel Universe movies. It's, you know, more realistic. But I also want to see, you know, Captain America fighting Nixon and him committing suicide. And then turning into the Nomad.
So going back to the, you know, culture diversity and stuff like that, and especially being up to date on stuff, I wanted to ask, has anybody been keeping up with the new Batgirl?
Yes.
Okay.
For somewhat.
This is something I wanted to bring up, because in the Marvel Universe, they had, you know, the gay wedding. The thing was, is like, that was only like, what, a couple, maybe like one or two
issues.
Yeah, 1 or 2 issues long. The thing is with, and it's like, oh, that's great, they're, you know, they're coming out with it, but when DC did it, especially with Batgirl,
Batwoman.
Yes. Okay.
Batwoman.
Yeah.
It's more. It's so in your face that it's to the point where it starts taking away from the story. Where it's like it's so focused on, you know, her, you know, having a gay lover, and it's taken away from the actual storyline. It's like you never did this before with any of your Batman character, or, you know, any of your Batman universe characters.
And her and Renee Montoya have always been lesbians.
But the fact that they never let any of them get married.
Yeah, I was going to say
that was the big thing.
That is the issue.
That is the big thing.
They did not get married because we don't want to get married. Blah blah blah. Easy about it.
But then again, Batwoman isn't really part of the official Bat family. She's more of a government agent type, sort of in this new series.
Is she on Batman Eternal?
No, she's not.
She shows up in the Thanksgiving poster.
Yeah.
At least that.
She's still recognized as a member of that family. She's just like she literally is the redheaded stepchild.
She's the second cousin. We don't want
her and Batwing, but Batwing is on Batman Eternal.
Yeah,
and the Batwing's ending like this month.
Yeah,
this is August, by the way.
Oh man,
I totally forgot about that.
Such a Debbie Downer.
I like that they did a weekly Batman that I could get and not have to wait every month.
No, like I got issue 1 through 3, then I skipped 4 for some reason. I don't think I had money. Then I got 5. I haven't gotten any of them yet because I haven't gotten 4. I don't know what they're reprinting for, but I've only seen 5. Then they're just selling 10 till 15 right now. But it's a 60-issue weekly series that ends on March. That's too much money for me, man. $3.99.
I have
Christmas presents.
I have all of them up to date, and I still need to finish them because I am way behind.
How is it?
Like, it is really good.
It has the first 3.
Yeah, it has. If y'all haven't seen them or read them, it has a very interesting storyline. I'll do a little review for the first issue. I haven't read it in so long, but basically the GCPD, Gotham Police, officially recognized Batman as their ally, the sole ultimate law enforcer, with them being kind of like minor sidekicks or whatnot.
Don't call them sidekicks.
Yeah, don't call them
Gordon is a
sidekicks.
sidekick.
Gordon is the best, but
Gordon is good.
they're
No,
fighting.
the best sidekick to me is Alfred.
Yes.
Yes.
That is
I
the
would
best.
have to agree with that.
But they're fighting Professor Pig, and I don't think it's Toad. Yes.
Yeah, Professor Pig with a Y.
Yes,
Yeah.
P-Y-G.
Professor Pig.
And he is definitely not like
That's right.
Beware the Batman TV show. That was horrible.
It got nominated for an Emmy.
Oh,
But so did Turbo the animated show.
okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, that
so
didn't last long.
something inexplicably something happens that no one can explain. Yeah, inexplicable happens, and Gordon is sent to jail, and so the whole story is them trying to redeem his name and find out what is going on. And in the midst of it all, an old enemy of Batman, Gotham, and Penguin comes back into the fold to ensue chaos into the mix.
You should just say who that is. I mean, people already know most likely.
Fine, okay,
Yeah,
it's
the Roman.
it's Carmine Falcone.
Yeah, the Roman comes back to
Roman.
Gotham
Yes.
and kills everyone, basically.
Yes,
What's
big
important?
more.
Yeah, what's important about this is that they brought back Stephanie Brown,
Oh,
Yeah.
which is like the
I love.
oh yes, but man, weekly.
I love that. I liked it because I didn't like waiting for the Harley Quinn series month after month.
Let's say, don't you talk shit about Harley Quinn.
I'm not
Jump over
talking
this
shit
table.
about Harley Quinn.
talk shit about
Harley Quinn is
We
badass.
talk shit about
Next
Harley
week I'm
Quinn
bringing my
if
Harley
it's
Quinn
wrong.
shirt.
Yeah.
Because I like Harley Quinn, but if the issue sucks, it sucks.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why
that's
I love the
true.
Suicide Squad. And we were talking about that earlier.
Yes.
I love
the
this.
first volume's pretty good, but the rest were
Yeah, because he was talking about the psychological, the psychology behind the Suicide Squad later on, where she actually dumps the Joker and stuff like
Yeah, and she goes
yeah.
with the Deadshot, then the Joker comes back and he does the
Yeah, like,
acid rain thing, and it was awesome.
that. Oh, it's such a
On
beautiful.
another topic, I just watched another small topic. I just watched the Batman Assault on Arkham movie. That's loosely based off the Arkham game series. It was all right, but what's interesting is that Mark Hamill was not the voice for Joker. They actually brought in someone much different called Troy Baker.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
Origins,
I've heard
Arkham
of Troy.
Origins, yeah.
He actually
Yes.
did a really good job.
He's pretty close.
Yeah, he did a really good job. Last year, he was at the Comic-Con and did a side-by-side with Mark Hamill.
Yeah,
And
And
that
he
was
also did
amazing,
the-
just
he
hearing
did the-
both their voices so synced
He
up.
did the Killing Joke monologue last
Yes.
year at Comic-Con.
wow.
Right there.
You should play that, because that's like
Here,
that,
hold on.
if you need a demo reel for a Joker, Troy Baker's got the perfect one because he did the Killing Joke.
Yeah, I have a comparison side by side right now from YouTube. Here, just a second. This is the Joker from the actual Batman Superman movie from like the old 1990s animated TV show. This is this one here is Mark Hamill.
Luke
So
Skywalker, my favorite.
We'll talk about that one sometime later.
Lexi, old kid, do I have a deal for you?
and
Oh,
now
Mr. J.
here is oh Mr. J. Now here's the Joker with Troy Baker.
So, she's got herself a new guy. After everything I've done for her.
Very
Now-
close, but I can't tell the difference.
You
yeah.
can tell.
You really
You
can.
totally
You really can
Especially
tell
on
the
Arkham
difference.
Origins, he sounds really.
Well, Joker is supposed to have that sort of flair
No,
to
but he
him.
sounds younger because
Oh,
Mark Hamill
younger,
has the
yeah.
flair, but it's creepy, and Troy Baker has that flair, and he sounds hot. That's the difference.
Wait, what?
like I would like.
Someone's got a Joker boner.
Yeah, I would go out with Troy Baker's Joker. I would stay away from Mark Hamill's Joker. That's like my comparison.
No, I like them both.
I don't know, because you will get a lot of fanboys saying that Mark Hamill is the voice for Joker.
He is the Joker. Whenever
But now Troy Baker will definitely give him a run for his money, because he definitely does sound a lot like the Joker, Mark Hamill. Yeah.
But there you go. Like, he sounds like Mark Hamill.
But he's not it. But he is not Mark Hamill.
So he will never.
But he does have the voice down pretty pat.
Yeah,
so.
and the thing here, like, when I read comics, I read Kevin Conroy. Kevin Conroy's voice comes to my mind whenever I read
That's actually how I've been my whole life.
Yes.
Like, even that's weird. Even the Batman 66 is just Kevin Conroy. Normally, you would think Adam West with that, but no, it's just Kevin Conroy in everything.
And
like
reading Death of the Family with that in mind was fantastic because of Mark Hamill's voice.
But I think who did a good job, not as good as Kevin Conroy, is actually Bruce Greenwood.
He was great.
He was great in the Young Justice series. He sounded almost.
He was also in Under the
Red Hood, and he did a fantastic job. And he sounded like a younger Kevin Conroy. That's what made it so much better, is because he had a younger voice to it, but you still felt that sense of Batman in the room.
Yeah.
So.
I still like me some RoboCop as Batman. Peter Weller on Dark Knight Returns.
Oh,
he was fantastic.
Yes. Okay, yes.
Then again, that was because he was much older than the 19 whatever TV, the animated TV show. Mm-hmm. But have you seen the Batman Son of Batman TV show, or not
the movie?
The movie, yeah.
I have not seen it. I've wanted to see it.
It is very good. They didn't use what's his name? They didn't use. Oh damn! Someone kill me now. They didn't use Kevin Conroy's Batman voice. They used someone else. I don't know who, but it really didn't. I really didn't buy him as the Batman for a number of reasons. He sounded
Jason
weird.
O'Mara.
Jason O'Mara, thank you. He said he studied the original Batman voice, but he's alright. He was alright as the Batman. Batman still kicked a lot of butt in that. But it was a pretty good movie. I started reading the actual comic book. It was pretty close to the comic.
Yeah.
If you want to have an eargasm, go on YouTube. There's like an hour-long audio recording of Kevin Conroy doing the Tower of Babel thing with all the witnesses of the Justice League heroes, and it's straight out of DC Universe Online. Because you can unlock that, and some guy ripped the files out. It's like an hour of Batman saying, "Codename Batman." His weakness is his parents. He's a little boy that cries.
Oh, that would be so awesome.
Yeah, it's like 60 minutes long, and then there's like the hour of him instructing you what to do on the missions. Mm-hmm. Those are available as MP3s. Oof.
Very nice.
It's soothing. Nice. I fall asleep to that.
And let's see, that one's coming out. What other?
Are we going to talk about
Back to Captain America?
I was going to say, are we going to talk about the superior Iron Man?
Yes, sorry, back on topic.
So I brought it up because some of us had not seen it, and I was like, he looks like the silver, like a metal Silver Surfer. That's
exactly.
really
I don't like that.
He doesn't have that same Iron Man feel.
It doesn't have the same
gotta
glare.
Stick to his colors.
Yes, you really do.
Or it's not. I'm sure people have seen him and like, oh, look,
it's
the Silver Surfer.
It is Silver Surfer.
It's the Silver Centurion. That's
Silver
what
Man.
It's like I'm looking at it. I'm like,
he just looks like a freaking metal Silver Surfer.
No.
Yeah, he really doesn't.
I'm so
look
glad.
He's not very attracting.
No.
Either, especially
It kind of looks like he has. He was Galactus's herald, but then Galactus took his powers away, and all he's left is with the silver.
And this design, he looks like a silver red tornado.
He does.
Yeah.
It's very hard to imagine.
Like, I'm looking at him like that's the red tornado, but with a silver paint job.
It's very hard to imagine it's still
I'm not sure. I'm guessing they would do that because if they really...
You know who he is?
I mean...
It's the Mandarin's mind on Tony Stark's body. Because he's superior.
Is that really what happened? Cause
no. But, Superior Spider-Man was Doc Ock on Peter's body.
And I did
I did like that storyline a lot.
I have not read it, but I just picked up the
just
new...
from a psychological standpoint, because he starts taking up over Peter Parker's life,
I just picked up the new rebooted series when he got his brain back, and I did not get what happened because I was not a fan of the original...
Superior Spider-Man? The Dan Slott Spider-Man?
No, the original Amazing Spider-Man comic series. I don't know why. Maybe it was because of the cover work for each volume.
What I've said, Humberto Ramos has been drawing him for 5 years.
Yeah.
I'm fed up with that.
But now I am going to go back and...
So what's your neighbor? What's one comic book character that if they came alive you would totally bang?
Batgirl. Barbara Gordon. She is my absolute favorite.
I would actually have to do a fan fiction on this one. If Charlie Hunnam as Green Arrow, I'd choose him rather than Stephen Amell. Yes,
he's an asshole.
My favorite character of all time is Black Canary. Now, I'm talking about Birds of Prey, Black Canary, not the Green Arrow Black Canary bull crap that they keep putting out. But no, Birds of Prey has always been my favorite issue. I actually got my first comic book when I was 14 from my older brother. And he was like, look, this is a bunch of girly stuff. I don't want it.
Was it Joe Simone's?
Yeah.
That's the best.
It is. And he didn't realize how important they were until afterwards because his buddy gave it to him. And he's like, I don't want to read about a bunch of chicks. So he gave them all to me. And I started falling in love with Barbara and Dinah.
Well,
I call her Dina most of the time. I call her Dina. Yeah, she's Dina Lance, not Dinah to me. So that's, to each their own on pronunciation.
I don't know. For me, it'd probably be a tie between Barbara Gordon and Harley Quinn.
Barbara Gordon's
Harley Quinn.
Get out of here.
How crazy would she be in the set?
Okay, Harley Quinn.
They actually, I was really surprised by this, but they actually had a semi-sex scene in the Assault on Arkham movie. It's like, really? Are you kidding me?
Oh, no.
But they didn't show too much. It just showed a back scan.
Mine would be Kurt Wagner.
Oh.
Sorry, I've had the hots for him for such a long time.
Isn't there a rumor of Jake Gyllenhaal doing Nightcrawler? What? There's been rumors about Jake Gyllenhaal doing a Nightcrawler. But that's only been on the interwebs, so I'm like, people.
No, she wants to trust you.
Yeah, my trust is as
the
much as I trust Tumblr. Okay,
and
you can only
trust true there.
I wouldn't, bang Kurt because afterwards he's gonna cry and pray to God of what he did.
Oh no, I'm sorry. It's
okay, so what you're hearing is Nightcrawler is just going to be like a drama TV series.
Oh,
bastards.
Okay, so there was something about that.
Yeah,
but not the Nightcrawler we were thinking.
Okay,
not Kurt Wagner.
No, I would love it if they did it to the style of X-Men Evolution, like they did the
I love
the series. It was a good story.
It was a pretty good series.
Yeah, I like the story. So.
But then it did start going down as the seasons went further.
Yeah,
you shut your pie hole.
It was still
pretty decent
good series,
and it was a good. Okay,
don't judge me. I just handed her my sketchbook, which has an OC character in it.
Okay, with Kurt, with human form Kurt.
Well, they're both wearing their hologram. Yeah. Okay, so this OC character, this is something I always do, and actually we got asked how do we do animation and stuff like that, and I said, what I like to do is anything I like, I make an OC character about it. So this is my OC character, original character for X-Men Evolution. Her name is Eden. That's her code name. She can control plants, and her name is Shailene LeBeau. She's Gambit's younger sister.
Ooh, nice.
So that's why she has the
red eyes.
Yeah, the red eyes with the black. Yeah,
Okay.
I like it.
but she has like a lighter green hair, and then when her holograph is the neck.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
then she turns and has blonde hair and brown eyes.
Very nice.
Sorry you can't see that because this is radio.
It's podcast. Okay, get it right.
It's beautiful, I know it.
Maybe we'll show pictures later. You know,
You go,
that'll
guys.
attach to our Twitter.
on.
We
We
can
haven't
put those to
done
our
the
Twitter
last answer
channel.
yet.
Yeah.
We'll
so-
try. We'll
All of
try.
us talk. We're missing one person to answer the question. You're doing that.
Yeah, I said Tom Hiddleston Loki. I'm in love with Loki.
God, another Loki. Surprise! A Loki fan.
Hey, I'm proud of being a Loki
There's
fan
always
girl.
this
Neil.
He's gonna get you
Better deal.
pregnant, and he's gonna leave because he's the god of mischief. He's gonna be like,
No, that's when you tell him to kneel.
I got you now. I got you for the next 18 years.
Position and everything, like, kneel, man.
I love how he came on San Diego Comic Con
Oh,
last
God,
year.
yes,
that was
Everyone
beautiful.
screaming.
Oh,
They were on like, oh,
They were on their feet until he told them to shut up.
That's
Like,
And then he went,
no, he went like that.
and they're like, come
It
on, come on,
was
say
so
my name.
great.
Smile. Yeah.
Say my name, say my name.
Looking at
I
and that's all. It's the picture sequence. Like if you type in Loki Comic Con, it's
Oh,
just got
that's
that
great.
sequence of him doing that.
I mean, like,
Oh, Tom,
most
you're
of
great.
them-
I love you.
those of you who don't
I
know,
respect them.
though probably most of you do, Tom Hiddleston did appear as Loki, full garb and full persona
I
on
feel like
the
when they have a
Avengers
panel, I feel like every actor needs to be in costume.
They really should.
course.
That
Okay.
would make it.
Speaking of Comic-Con, we have to talk about this past week's
Yes,
Comic-Con.
yes. This,
The DC panel. I will talk about the DC panel. The DC panel. Every show that DC is doing, Arrow, Flash, Gotham,
I mean, like,
all
it
of
is
them.
boom,
It
boom,
was the
boom.
most full panel ever in San
Six-
Diego
yes.
Comic Con.
Isn't that what they're calling it? 6 minutes
66
of heaven?
personnel.
6 minutes of heaven?
Yes.
66 people.
I will say that
God.
DC once again won Comic Con. Marvel had nothing. Well, okay, hold on. They did have the Avengers 2 panel. I mean, like, did you guys see that on YouTube? That was hilarious.
Yeah.
When they first brought out Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr. He
Yes.
went all out.
Easy.
He went
He
as
is Tony Stark. So.
You know who won
He
Comic
went
Con?
like,
Really?
da-da-da-da-da-da, and he was like, oh, he had his Tony Stark charm in it. But what were you saying, Jose?
Comic Con. I think Gareth Edwards won Comic Con because he confirmed he was going to make Godzilla 2 with Rodan, Mothra, and motherfucking King Ghidorah. That's all I care for.
No, did you hear that they're actually going to be making a
The King Kong movie?
King Kong Origins Skull Island?
Yes,
And
I heard that.
however, they will not be.
It looks like a duck. No, you gotta squint in your head. No, it looks like a bunny.
However, they're not going to be referencing the Peter Jackson movie. I think.
Well,
I haven't heard anything.
Why? Because that one was such a gem.
It was pretty good, but I think everyone wants a
wasn't
King
good.
Kong versus Godzilla
That's-
movie once again.
James Rolfe, the Angry Video Game Nerd, has been saying this for the past 10 years. If there's any movie that exists that deserves to be remade, it's King Kong vs. Godzilla.
Yes,
That
I would say
deserves
yes.
to be remade.
And I will say that the Peter Jackson King Kong will not be mentioned for a Godzilla mashup is because he is way too dang small.
Well, on the original King Kong vs. Godzilla, he was small. He got struck by lightning and grew up.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was.
Speaking of
I don't want a mushroom.
He can get struck by lightning.
There is a reason why.
Speaking of remakes, weren't you talking about Fantastic Four remake?
Yes.
Reboot.
Reboot.
Yes.
Because it's not even a remake, because they're not even
What's a
making
reboot
what it's
you
supposed to
talking
be.
Marvel had come out with like a year ago saying they were gonna reboot the whole Fantastic Four series.
Fox, not Marvel.
Fox with Marvel, or Marvel Fox. There is a difference. Marvel Fox has Fantastic Four.
X-Men.
and the X-Men. Marvel Sony has Spider-Man, and Marvel proper has everyone else. But yeah, so they said they were going to do it, and they posted the first cast photos and cast
Again,
lineup.
another fucking hot model. Sorry. Another hot model for...
Sue.
Yeah.
Sue
Let's
Storm.
see. Kate Mara. I've seen her in a couple of
Michael
movies.
B. Jordan as the Human Torch.
I will say I hate this cast. I do not like the idea that Sue Storm might be an adopted child, because if you have not seen, and we will try to post pictures up on the video when we get to YouTube. They have Johnny Storm's dad as African American, and Johnny Storm is African American, and that is not what their lineage is supposed to be.
Okay, I'm showing it to the rest of the crew.
Yeah.
So you've got
Johnny Storm.
You've got Michael B. Jordan as Johnny Storm. You've got Kate Mara as Sue Storm. You've got Miles Teller from what is it, Project X? Was it he's doing Mr. Fantastic.
No,
Someone needs to get fired for this cast.
I must say,
not saying anything bad on the cast. I'm just saying the casting ideals were bad.
They were.
They really were.
Not saying anything that I'm hating the characters.
Okay, this goes back to the whole, the Superman versus Batman one. When they started coming out with, the casting and stuff like that, we're like, why the hell did they pick this person?
But
Affleck was doing great.
But then you saw the Bat-Chan.
Yeah, you saw that. But I still need to see Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor.
I do not
I just want to say I am a full supporter of Affleck. As soon as they said Affleck for Batman, I was so into it.
I was too. I actually
because
I must admit I was a bit skeptical because of a certain unnamed Marvel superhero movie. Daredevil.
You need to watch the director's cut of Daredevil. I am so glad that since Ben Affleck got casted as Batman, people have been looking for the director's cut of Daredevil, which is amazing.
And I must say I can not blame Ben Affleck for Daredevil because it wasn't his fault. It was the directors and the writers.
Have you guys seen Argo? Argo is a great movie. And he actually directed that one himself.
Yeah.
But the thing that grinds my gears, will be Gal Gadot.
Yes.
I would have chosen Gina Carano, the MMA fighter, as my Wonder Woman. I had been wanting her since day one. Because she had the build, she had the strength, she already had the training for it. And they picked Gal Gadot. They picked Gal Gadot because she wasn't dating Henry Cavill.
I would have chosen.
Had Gina not been dating Henry, they could have chosen her.
Big time, and
they've already leaked pictures of her as Wonder Woman.
But there is an official.
There's an official.
The costume looks nice. She still needs to bulk up, but
I don't see her face.
And
her face doesn't look right.
There was a fan one.
Really?
It's on YouTube. I forget who did it, but it was a fan Wonder Woman trailer for a TV series or a movie. It was wonderful. I was like, I would love to see this as a movie.
Gal Gadot can. So far, I have not seen much for Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman other than
I will show you guys the Gina Carano ones.
I've been
They look so much amazing.
Yeah, because
that is
what
beautiful.
Because it's when you look at Wonder Woman, she's surrounded by men. She has a very masculine personality and body. Because when you draw her, she's got wider shoulders than most females in that.
And she's an Amazon. She is a warrior princess. She has to.
And
she's a man with tits.
Even herself,
she's got bigger balls than half the Justice League.
Even as a normal person, Gina has that build.
Yeah,
that.
You see her in
that goddess
Wonder Woman.
Yeah. That's why I wanted Gina Carano to be my Wonder Woman. That has the
I don't
look.
mind.
That would be so perfect.
Well,
so reboot if they do that one. Gina Carano.
I don't mind.
Yeah, I agree.
She needs to bulk up, but she looks the part, and she can play the part, and her costume looks great.
Right now, I don't buy Gal Gadot because I haven't seen her much in anything besides Fast and Furious.
Can she act?
Not that I've seen.
It's kind of like that weird Kristen Stewart situation.
But then
Kristen
again,
Stewart can't act. on Twilight, but on other things she can.
But then again,
Yeah, she did good in Snow White and the Huntsman.
We have
That's
not gotten a Wonder Woman anything besides that DC animated movie in years.
Linda Carter.
And I mean, Batman and Superman have gone way more than her. She needs to get tons more movies than either of those two right now.
Well, I mean, like, they tried the TV series, but it bombed, you know? And it's
Yeah,
like,
it sucks.
female, you know, and it sucks to say, but female
Superheroes.
superheroes just don't do well on their own. I mean, like, really, what besides, like, Resident Evil?
Halle Berry's Catwoman.
Do not say that.
Oh my.
Do
was
not
trash.
say Halle Berry.
Elektra.
Hey, I already mentioned Elektra. You can't take that one.
I mean, like, there's Eon Flux, there's Ultraviolet, but you're kind of like, those were two strong
Ultraviolet.
movies, but they don't stick out so much.
Ultraviolet's original. It's
Yeah.
not based on anything.
It's still, it's just one of those where it's like, female main protagonist, you know? It's like, besides, you know, Ripley, Sigourney Weaver.
Besides Alien.
Besides, you know, it's
Yeah.
like, it's one of those things, like, oh my god, I love that movie. I've been watching that movie since I was 4.
Terminator.
Yeah, Sarah Connor.
Sarah
Yeah.
Connor's just
So it's
Anyway.
like, besides that, okay, here's a debate. What female superhero do you think would be able to get their own movie and it be strong? Or even TV series.
Black Widow. Actually, as a TV series, Black Widow might do better as a TV series than a
movie.
Than a movie.
Agent Carter's getting
Would
his
it have to be
own.
Scarlett Johansson? Because she's a great actress.
Scarlett Johansson.
But I
as
don't think
Black
she would
Widow.
do TV.
I don't see her doing TV.
TV's
Maybe.
moving. TV's...
Maybe.
I think it's just
TV
like-
is getting pretty big, but
TV's getting big.
she probably could start out as a movie and then go to TV because a lot of people want to see her as Black Widow a lot more because, well,
Of these last 2 movies.
Yeah, Lucy was pretty good, and those of you who haven't seen Lucy, don't go watch it during the regular pricing. Watch it during matinee because it's really not worth what $9.10.50.
I heard it was good, but I heard that you quickly stop being attached to her like halfway through the movie because she starts becoming like Superman, where
losing her
she's
humanity.
Superman.
I do too.
Entirely.
I just think he's not human enough to be a main character, and you know.
And the movie was good, but like starting when she,
I just think he's way too powerful. Unless he has somebody that he can go up against. But then it goes into the Goku concept that
we're going with Superman.
Yeah, if he remains on Earth, then you know dark forces are going to come after him. That's why Goku left because he was the strongest force there. I think that same theory would apply with Earth. If Superman stayed, dark forces are going to keep coming from because they're going to be, you know, it's not like they're attracted to him, but they're attracted to that challenge, that force, you know?
Anyways,
Superman does get fucked every once in a while. So.
Anyways, going back to the Fantastic Four reboot, have you guys seen the Comic-Con image for The Thing? And we'll try to put that up here in the video too.
I was going to say earlier, there's a fine line with this whole casting thing, because a lot of people might think that we are being
biased
and racist because Michael B. Jordan is black. That's not the thing. We are purist. Johnny Storm has to be white. The Thing has to be Jewish. Shaft has to be black, and the Thing has to be orange, which he is not.
And I loved the original two. I loved the 2 Fox Fantastic Four movies only for The Thing because that was entirely costume and that was entirely his voice. There was no CG animatronics or anything. I love that, but now they really can't go back to that anymore. Now that they have the Hulk as CGI, they have to.
The casting on that one was pretty good, except for Jessica Alba.
Yeah,
but the best thing those Fox movies did was cast Doug Jones as the Silver Surfer. That was like the best choice
they could have used younger Johnny Storm instead of Chris Evans, but no one.
I like his humor was that Johnny
his
Storm.
humor was pretty good.
I would like to see him as the Flash.
Chris Evans is already way too bulked up from Captain America to go back down to that old stuff like Johnny Storm. If he was still in his prime like Johnny Storm to the Flash, yes, I can see that.
I want to see him as
I
Booster
can't.
Gold.
Booster Gold. He is cocky and arrogant, so that could be a good thing for him.
Okay, yeah, I could see Booster Gold.
Yeah, him just Booster Gold and have like I don't know, like just Gordon Levitt as Red Cord. That'd be like best blue beetle.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt. You know, Neil Gaiman's Sandman comics. Scream now. They have Joseph Gordon-Levitt doing.
Since like 99.
Now, okay, JPL now has his own company, Red, and he's actually going to be funding it and producing it himself. So now him having his own little mini conglomerate, backing up this big project because he's a big comic fan, and he's been a Sandman fan for years. So I think this will actually work. It just depends on when it comes out.
I would like to see a Sandman movie, but I would not like to see a live action Sandman movie.
Sandman as in what? Marvel? The Marvel character?
It's a Vertigo.
It's a Vertigo.
Okay.
Wonder Woman's getting her own movie.
Yeah, we don't know.
After Dawn of Justice is supposed to come out. But hopefully, if Dawn of Justice doesn't look good for the they can get Gina.
It's like they're having different fans
It's serious. Casting that's already happened. It's official. Well, let's talk about Dwayne Johnson's role in the DC universe.
I will say this. I will say this to everyone else speaks a bit. I do not think he will be Shazam. I think he will be cast as Black Adam.
You know what? Nobody believes Black Adam, but if they do, this is the stupidest decision he has ever made. That man is 100% charisma. That man could be utilized. That's what he is, right? He will protect me. When he's Marvel, he's 50-50. He says, I'll be happy, be friendly.
That's the whole thing. No. There's a difference. There's a difference. I've always said this, and I actually got to meet the guy who did the Shazam series in the 50s. He actually came to White Double Comic Shops and he was in our 100 special. He told us that Shazam is only the words and the wizard. There is no such thing as a Shazam hero. It is Captain Marvel. That's how it's Superman's about Superman. Yeah, but if you But I mean, the story was great. A kid who it's only got bad luck, and you know, they're still interested in Marvel name.
That's what we can have. And where I was going at, there are shaped Captain Marvel.
Very personable.
Yeah, I think he could carry that 12-year-old persona.
And he does look like he's perfect. Look-wise and body-wise.
Well, I guess I really do need to see some B-roll footage or something like that, behind-the-scenes footage of him actually playing Captain Marvel, aka Shazam, to actually why he can't be
Coming out next year, it's going to be different trailers.
Actually, it's not coming out next year. I think it will be coming out next year because they have the pictures, they have the teaser trailer out already for Batman vs. Superman. No.
Oh, sorry, yeah, you're right. It's 2016.
Yeah, Batman vs. Superman comes out today.
So they're like, okay, well, we're making this movie, but it's not going to come out for like 3 or 4 years.
And you know Captain America is not going to budge. You know it's going to be Batman vs. Superman because they can't hold both those movies in theaters.
Even if they go 2 weeks apart, it still will be.
They got to do it in a month at least.
A month at least would be the best
For
time.
Captain America 3 and Batman vs. Superman, they can't have them in the same week or even the same month because people will want to go to Captain America or Batman vs. Superman. It's going to be a real struggle, and you can't have both.
Well, they're definitely both going to be summer movies, but
They're definitely both
They
will be
could be
summer.
summer movies, one could be an early summer, the other one could be a late summer.
Because they
You
showed
should get your revenue is going to change between both.
they had Captain America 2 in April, and they can. Captain America 3 isn't really in the what is it? May. What is July? It's in July, right? So. You can't have both of them premiering in the same month. And so you really can't have both of them in the same month because they're going to, if you have them both in the same month, they're going to have a lot of odd number showings. There's going to be half or more for Captain America or half or more for Batman vs. Superman. And they're really not going to make a lot of money if they do that because people are going to go see one over the other, and people are going to go see, and they're going to go see the second one the next week because you can't really see 2 movies in one weekend. Most
with these prices, are you kidding me? It's expensive to go.
but
go watch Hercules at 10:30 p.m. Then walk out.
I watched Hercules and Lucy at the same night. But anyways,
So
yeah, it's a fight for the first weekend box office because the first weekend really hits it off and usually makes it them rise higher and go 2-3 weeks maybe.
The reason why I disagree with you is because you're really looking for those votes for like the awards at the end of the year. That's why you see like The Hobbit come out in November because it's going to be fresh on your mind. Or that's why so many games are introduced at the very end of the year because one, well they want Christmas sales, but two, it's also that's the freshest game in your mind. So, and it's like, that's why movies later on, so it's like, if I had to pick, let's say I'm the DC movie, she's the Marvel movie, I'd be like, oh, you can have the first week, I'll wait another month, because in that way, my movie's more fresh in the mind.
Yeah.
But
later
here's the
on.
thing.
But it doesn't matter if the movie's better.
The American summer is dead.
Oh, summer blockbusters?
No, like in general. People don't go to the beach anymore, people don't have fun with their families anymore.
Oh, yeah.
The American summer is dead.
Tragic.
But summer has this positive feeling towards it. I'd rather remember a film that I watched in summer than I watched during Thanksgiving week.
Yeah.
I'm going to be like, remember that one summer 2016 when we watched Batman and Superman? Man, those were the days. But then you're like, hey, remember when we had Thanksgiving dinner? Yeah. Then we watched Captain America.
I was so tired.
I was so tired. Fuck that. Summer has... All the kids are out of high school or out of their schools during the summer break. They're going to hang out with all their buddies. And they're going to go see Batman, Superman, and or Captain America.
But
That's what
when you get old, when you look at a kid and be like, shouldn't you be in school? Oh, it's summer. Like, shouldn't you be in school?
Yeah.
But they can't. But Marvel could move because they did Captain America 2 in April. They could move it to April or May and let Batman vs Superman have July, because summer movies are really jam packed right now. You got Batman vs Superman and Captain America. What else comes out?
Guardians of the Galaxy just came out.
Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy just came out last.
Avengers 2 comes out
Avengers
next year, right?
2 next year, and then Ant-Man
year after.
it's still that same.
That's why I
You got TMNT coming out.
Oh yeah, that's true.
This
That's why I think
weekend.
they should do what the Hunger Games did.
Okay, wait. With
Knoxville.
this new trailer for, because you just said it, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. With the new trailer does make it look better because it shows more of the humor of the turtles.
It was more of a TV spot.
They're-
but
I got a lot of problems with that movie. First of all, they're huge. They should be like 5'4",
they should be
not
tiny.
6'10".
Yeah.
They're not
teenagers.
ninjas.
Yes.
They're not teenagers. But there's one redeeming factor about this movie.
Megan Fox.
Johnny Knoxville is voicing Leonardo.
What?
I'm so down for that.
Really?
Hey, Johnny!
And if you watch this new trailer, because it just came up on YouTube as one of the ads and stuff like that, but they threw a lot more of their humor from like how we knew them. And I was like, all right, this now I can watch this. But if it's just like action and explosion,
That's
orgasms,
not
I'm
Ninja
just I'm like done.
Megan Fox is...
I'm looking forward to that.
She called Michael Bay, a Jewish director, Hitler. And he still brought her back. I'm like, did you just think that nobody else wanted to play April O'Neil?
Megan Fox was one of the worst things that ever happened in Transformers.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I am
She's a
one of her
horrible
most
actress.
adamant haters.
You know what was
and
the
did you
worst thing
even
that ever
see
happened?
what? Did you even see what she said at the Ninja Turtle premiere to the fans? She said, if they do not like this and criticize it, they can just bleep off.
Yep.
That was.
Why do people keep hiring her? Like, is she
she
sucking
is-
his dick on the
she's
side?
Not a good actress at all.
It's because she sells.
But
No,
however,
she doesn't.
however,
Look,
You're
you're
that bad.
okay.
When you're that bad of
we
an
can all
actress.
we
I'm
can all
sorry.
say that she's a horrible actress, but the fact
People will
is
go
she's
see
April.
her.
There's no changing it now.
Yeah, I know.
however,
Unless I edit it.
I will say that the one thing I do find funny about the trailer, which I don't know they're going to put in the movie or not, originally Michael Bay was going to direct it, and they were going to make them
that's
alien
stupid.
Ninja Turtles. So in the
That's in the movie. That's in the movie.
You know
You're not aliens. That's stupid.
so in the trailer,
You know what's funny is that acronym would have been TAINT.
So in the trailer, she's talking to her cameraman or something, and Whoopi Goldberg's in it too.
Yeah, she's Bernadette Thompson.
So Whoopi's asking, so what are they? Are they aliens? No, that would be stupid. They're ninjas. Like,
Oh,
yes,
yeah, and then
yes,
there's-
they made
there's-
them.
yeah,
They made
Then there's the
Okay,
they're
you got
talking on the-
Johnny
on the
Knoxville.
roof.
You've got Will Arnett, who I think is one of the best actors
Yeah,
out
Will-
there.
Will
He's doing
Arnett's-
Vernon Fenwick.
Yeah, Will Arnett is the...
So he's pretty cool.
So,
Pete Klozek, never heard of him, is doing Leonardo. Jeremy
Mocap.
Howard is doing Donatello,
Donatello.
and Alan Richardson is doing Raphael. So that's our
Yeah,
TMNT.
because Leonardo... Okay, here's the thing. It was a really, really bad screw-over. The actors who did the mocap for the Turtles also do the voices, but the guy who did the mocap for Leonardo, he got hacked during the post-production of the film for an undisclosed reason. And he got replaced by Johnny Knoxville.
Huh.
Which is like the saddest thing ever.
I would have said Johnny Knoxville to do Michelangelo. That would have been.
No, you know why? Because
Why?
Leonardo is the leader and he's the serious one, and when you have Johnny Knoxville as him, it's gonna suck, and that's gonna make the movie funnier for me. That's why.
Well, I'm just saying
I
they've
love Knoxville.
been working with Nickelodeon Studios. They do the show. I think
Which is really good.
Yeah, it's a great
I like
show.
it.
So why not use the same actors?
Because
It
one
would-
of them-
it
Why
would-
can't we get Why can't we get a female turtle with boobs? You know,
Oh
I know.
my
There
God.
was a female
You
turtle
cannot
actor.
say that.
Venus.
Venus. That's
Yeah,
like
that-
You cannot
She was
say
horrible.
that.
That was
no.
awful.
Oh my God, the next
was so
mutation is
awful.
horrible.
Ninja Turtles Next Mutation, guys.
turtle milk.
Oh,
God.
no.
Oh god. Oh, the next mutation. Oh
It was
god.
the
that
show
was-
from Fox Kids.
Yeah.
Those look scary as hell.
Yeah.
But,
I'm
God,
not.
I can't believe you.
So yeah, but there is one
I can't
bit-
believe you forgot about Venus.
I know. I was making fun of that because they were talking about turtle milk on something else.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really...
Why
I'm
does she have boobs?
I'm still not looking forward to the Ninja Turtle movie, even though I will go
why do I
watch
tap
and
it?
review it.
I had this comment. I was talking with a buddy of mine, and we were talking about Ninja Turtles, and he says, "Oh, I'm down for it. Like, I'm ready to watch it and make fun of it because it's gonna suck." And I said, "It's coming out this Thursday. I still don't believe that movie's being made. Like, I still can't believe that movie's coming out."
I can't either. At first, when they announced it, I was like, yes, but then when they put Michael Bay as director, I was like, oh,
No,
man,
like, the first thing I heard
Transformers
was
all over
aliens,
again.
and I'm
The
like,
first- the
that
first
movie
thing-
can go die.
First thing I heard when they said Michael Bay, I'm like, there's going to be a bunch of
But
explosions.
then again, true,
His movies don't even have plot.
in
It's just
actuality, he's
explosions.
not directing it. He is one
Yeah,
of the
he's-
minor producers.
I like
Yeah, so-
Michael Bay.
but
so
he
that's
still,
something
but
you
it
have to
still
keep in
does
mind.
have that Michael Bay feel.
I am a Michael Bay fan. I like Michael Bay. I don't like any of the Transformers movies, but I like The Rock. I like The Island.
I will
Okay.
say, I liked the first Transformers, but after that, it went downhill.
Shia LaBeouf can go die.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
Shia LaBeouf.
No. I'm not famous anymore. No, I'm not.
No, I'm not. I have to plagiarize something.
So yeah, so I mean, that is something you have to keep in mind is that he's not the director. Michael Bay's not the director. He is just a producer. But producers do get some say.
Yeah,
That's true.
And it does look like he
It's
did
true.
get quite a bit of say in this.
I think
like,
he's like
come on,
backseat
Megan
directing.
Fox.
That's what I feel like. He's backseat directing the movie.
Yeah.
It's like behind
Well,
the...
because of the big name, everybody assumes that he's going to direct. Because he is Michael Bay.
the first name.
Most people, they saw the whole Star Trek, thought
Oh
that...
my god, Star Trek was great.
Yeah,
Oh,
Star Trek.
I
They
love
thought
it.
the producer was actually directing it. I can't remember
Who produced Star Trek?
who produced Star Trek.
JJ directed it.
Yeah, JJ
directed it.
JJ directed it, but
I mean, people say that a lot, but Steven Spielberg backseat directed the original Transformers movie.
And,
Or not the original.
he's also well, he's the producer for Falling Skies. Steven Spielberg.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But like during Transformers, he was directing that movie, but he doesn't want to know because he's Steven Spielberg.
Star Trek Into Darkness.
yeah, I'm trying to see who the producer
And
was.
yes, the
'Cause
Star. And
I know,
for
I
those
saw
who
that.
haven't,
Yes.
There you go.
for those who don't know, if you're not
Simon.
a Trekkie, or if you haven't seen all the original movies, I think
Simon
the
Pegg?
curse is like
I
the.
him.
What is it? The even numbers are the worst.
Yeah, but that's bullshit.
But yeah, now the curse has broken.
It's been
all
broken
of them.
ever. Like Star Trek. What is it? Because 5 is the 3
With
is the search for
Picard.
Spock. 3 is the search for Spock. No, 6 is Next Generation.
Yeah.
The 4th is the Undiscovered Country, or that's the one when they go back in time. 5 is the Undiscovered
Still trying
Country.
to
That one's really good.
Okay, yeah.
But then no, 5's the one with the.
We've already moved on.
I know. It's just gonna get
It's
to
been
me
a
until I
while.
get it.
But the curse has been broken a while ago.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Dana Goldberg, that's who it was.
Mhm.
Dana Goldberg was one of the executive producers, and people, because of the EP spot, most people thought that Abrams was just going to produce rather than direct. And when he actually went from producer to director, a lot of people were like, "No, this is Goldberg's baby."
And, by the way,
Speaking of which, you know what's weird? I have not heard any Star Trek news in a while.
I've
I've heard
who's
rumors,
directing
I think
this
but
one?
I
I
haven't
think
heard
it's
anything
the
good.
I think it's the guy who originally directed. I think it's the guy who wrote the first two
movie.
The first two.
No, he didn't write the second. The second was by Damon Lindelof,
Okay.
aka the worst writer.
But I know it was a writer from one of the Star Trek movies. He's directing it.
Everybody's too busy on Star Wars to
Because
think about
JJ
stuff.
is
JJ is doing both franchises.
Gareth Edwards is doing Star Wars. Josh Trank is doing Star Wars.
And supposedly
Zack Snyder might do Star Wars.
Because
What Josh Trank did with the Fantastic Four, because apparently I heard this rumor that the Fantastic Four is going to be a found footage movie, just like Chronicle was.
no,
Because Josh Trank did Chronicle. But I don't know, it's just a rumor. He's doing a Star Wars movie. Gareth Edwards is doing a Star Wars right before Godzilla 2. He's going to do Star Wars and he's going to do Godzilla.
Yeah.
And JJ's directing the main franchise. So, I don't know, everybody wants
I
to
don't
be
like
up on
the
the Star
sound,
Wars
but
boat.
it's very hard to make that work. It's like sometimes it looks great. Like I did like Chronicle. I did like that.
Oh, that was actually
Chronicle
good.
was
But
pretty
you know
good.
why I like Chronicle? Because it was written by Max Landis.
And it's not, and it's also, it's not one camera. It's multiple cameras. Like
Yes.
even like later on in the very end, where it's like it's camera phones and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
they're
Like,
doing
that I liked, but it's like when you have something like Cloverfield. It's like when you just have the one camera, I get so freaking motion sick. You know,
I like Cloverfield.
it's like a monkey's ring around the camera.
I went
Yeah.
through
It was
half
just shaky cam the whole
Cloverfield
time.
and got real sick. Like,
I really
I
like
got sick
Cloverfield.
watching that.
I did play the alternate reality game
Huh.
for Cloverfield. I was so into that. I liked the movie.
Okay, guys. It's nearing the hour mark, so we are going to pause the podcast and take a quick bathroom break. But we will be back in a couple of seconds. So just hold on.
3 episodes for
All
one
right,
battle.
guys, we're back from our break, and so Jose was talking in the hallway about not really caring for Avengers too much because of Joss Whedon and whatnot. So, what were you saying?
You were misinterpreting my words, hey mate.
Fine,
What
whatever.
I'm saying is that
About to get so much hate mail on you.
I know. Here's the thing.
What
Here's
about
the thing.
Firefly?
Seriously.
I like
Firefly was awesome.
Uncanny
Love it.
Avengers. I like The Runaways. I like Firefly.
Serenity.
I'm not a big fan of
Serenity.
Serenity. I'm not a big fan of Buffy. I'm not a big fan of Angel.
Get the fuck out.
Get
Get out of here.
Terrible.
Okay.
Don't make me come across this table.
And,
Step back.
and
Spike
and
is beautiful.
Joss Whedon in general, I like some of his work.
Actually,
But,
I like that they brought in a showrunner for big time comic book movie because all the other previous guys
they
were
comic book writer. For the
yes,
movie.
and
That's
because
pretty
all the
important.
previous guys they were just normal directors, and Joss Whedon brought in something that they really haven't had before. That was action, comedy, and a bit of drama.
And with Joss Whedon, I mean, I don't like the guy. I what I've heard of him and what he's done, I don't like the dude, but I can separate a man from his art. Like,
Yeah.
Orson Scott Card.
I mean, we do that
Guy's
with
a
a lot of
scumbag.
musicians.
Yeah,
you know.
guy's a scumbag,
Yeah.
but Ender's Game is pretty good.
Yeah.
Quentin Tarantino, guy's a fucking plagiarist. Oops. And but some of his movies are good. And with Joss Whedon, what he did with Alien Resurrection, that was like really mean because the guy is saying that the studio really supports him and they're filming the movie he wants and that they're respecting his script. But then the movie comes out and everybody hates it. He's like, "Oh, the studio ripped my movie and they didn't shoot what I said and they didn't respect me just because they didn't like it." So I don't like the guy out of that. And Avengers 1, I understand what he was going for. I haven't read the original script. I'm pretty sure the original script was really good, but the cut he released on theaters,
The theatrical version.
the theatrical version of that movie, it feels that there's like an extra 2 hours to that movie.
It feels like there's
a lot, of things
missing.
that don't go anywhere.
And what I heard, one of the rumors that I heard, or speculations that I heard, that was that the original script that Joss came out with was a 5-hour movie, and they cut that by like over a half.
Yeah.
I want to see the 5-hour movie. I want to see a super extended edition.
And they did, and here's the thing, because you have to make a cut, obviously. You can't
Obviously.
make a 5-hour movie. But he did the wrong cut. Instead of keeping in the things that would make us attach more to the characters, he added the things that would make us laugh along with the characters.
Mm-hmm.
It's more of a comedy movie than a character piece.
Well, we're not supposed to be attached to the characters, or start getting attached to the characters in this movie. We're already supposed to have been attached to the characters with the previous
But
movie.
here's the
With all
thing.
the previous, like Iron Man,
But here's
Thor,
the thing.
yeah.
You are attached to the character. You're not attached to the team. You gotta
very
Yes,
true.
You gotta
true.
understand the relationship as a team.
I did
And-
think he did it very nicely because it's like they're not going to get along right off the bat.
course.
There's going to be
No
so
one's
much
gonna get along
controversy
right off
because
the bat.
they're all their
Yeah.
own leaders.
I
They're
was
not.
going to say, I think it missed
It's
more of
a-
that.
it's
It
a team
missed-
full of
It
cheats,
missed
you
more
know?
conflicts. It missed more.
What
rubbing of the elbows.
they should have done, and which I think they might be doing in Avengers 2, is set them out as a team on a small mission, like trying to see, what could be a small mission? Well,
Wakanda invasion.
No, that's big.
That's not big. It's just that happens all the time.
But they are going to Wakanda in Avengers 2, I think. But send them on a small mission first, and then set the threat and have them group together, or have them come back for the much larger battle.
Yeah, because what I think with that film, the one scene that got it right was when Mark Ruffalo and Bruce Banner goes, "We're not a team, we're a time bomb."
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So that scene was
and then it goes off with like Aliens 2, right? When you see the theatrical release versus the director's cut. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like they wanted to shorten it down, but when you see the director's cut, he throws in like little tidbits and stuff like that.
Hicks and Newt become more than just random characters and little girl.
Sure, little tidbits can be fine to the normal human being, but to us fans, little tidbits just might actually be the thing that pushes it over the edge and becomes not a good movie, not a good movie or okay movie, but a great.
I'll show you, or I'll tell you like an example, because like in the original Aliens, they tell Ripley that your daughter died of old age.
Mm-hmm. Spoiler alert for anyone who haven't seen it.
Don't say that. That only came out in '84.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it,
30 years old. So anyway, but in the director's cut, it actually shows her sitting down with the guy, and he shows her a picture of what she looks like. 57 years later, her as an old woman, and it's just like you can. It's just that little touch where it's just like you see that she just realized that it finally hit her that she has lost her daughter. So it makes her connection with Newt so much stronger because it's like that's her second.
Blade Runner, the director's cut of Blade Runner is like vastly superior from the original cut of Blade Runner.
I need to interject because I just got something from
She's
Twitter.
Been sitting on this for like 3 minutes.
3 minutes. So Twitter just put this out from Comic Book Resources that Sony is reportedly planning a female-led Marvel superhero movie for 2017.
Sony.
Huh. Now, their two main characters that they would be planning would be Black Widow and Black Cat.
That can't be done by Sony.
No, but they do work with work with Marvel Studios.
But
they have to work with it'd be a separate.
It has to be a Black Cat film then.
It has to be mostly Black Cat because of the whole Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Sinister Six.
Yeah, they've already been saying about that.
But we'll touch on that in a little bit.
I was going to say
we're
going to read more into
this. We are not promoting the rumor. We're just announcing it as a rumor, as a speculation.
It's what's on Twitter. It always changes.
Here's the thing.
It's the internet. You can change
can
anything.
easily answer this whole debacle with one sentence. Who cares? It's Sony.
It's not in the Marvel
another
property.
thing where it's like with Avengers 2, they're going to be introducing Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch.
And I heard that.
And Vision.
Vision. Everyone forgot until that poster came out.
Vision's in this.
So it's kind of like, so they're saying that like, okay, so like, because different company owns these characters, owns X-Men.
There's miracles.
Yeah. So they said that you can have you can use these names, but you have to come up with a different storyline for them. Like
and
you cannot use something So it's like, can we get a new Spider-Man and Wolverine for the Avengers?
And this
been pushing so much for Wolverine to be with the Avengers.
And so has Andrew Garfield, because then it would finally finalize. I'd choose him over Tobey Maguire anyway.
Could you imagine how expensive it would be to pay those
actors? I was going to say, that's a topic for a whole episode. I want to talk about that.
Yes, we will get to that.
Andrew Garfield wants Spider-Man to be bisexual, and he wants to be Jewish.
No.
So I don't give a...
living up in New York, you're sort of you're semi-Jewish, but we'll get into Spider-Man, and we'll try to get it next week because I have a whole long topic for Spider-Man. But for Avengers, we can start getting into the Comic-Con panel for that. Did anyone see the Comic-Con footage for the Avengers 2 panel?
I heard the audio of James Spader as Ultron.
Oh my god!
James Spader?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's in. He's the one of the lead actors in the CBS TV show The Blacklist. If you have not seen that, that is awesome. A lot of little twists here and there. Focuses more on James Spader than it really does the cop and the FBI in the show, but focuses on them kind of equally, sort of more on getting spared. But anyways, I thought his voice was brilliant. I thought the casting for him was amazing. They could not have gotten anyone else better. However, it doesn't really sound Ultron. It does sound more human. They need to make it more mechanical.
He's on the spot. Like he's a right actor. He's a right actor. He's got the right voice. He's doing the wrong performance.
But then again, it might just be an early audio version. They might mess it up.
That's what people say about Dazzle and Samus.
Oh my God!
When you hear that voice coming out, you hear that smooth.
You do not hear Josh Brolin. You hear Thanos.
It's a smooth, like, elegant voice, not deep, coming out of this hulking figure.
Yeah.
It's
like you just feel that. You're like, oh my.
It's not angry at you. He's not, I'm gonna kill you. He's disappointed.
We'll get into the Guardians talk in a few minutes, but right now I'm going to stick with the Avengers. But for the Avengers, what I think is interesting is that for Quicksilver and the Scarlet Witch, their names are actually their last names are actually going to be Maximoff. Yes, I was sure. It's like I just don't think that's the right move. They should just have them as Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, not any other identification. They don't need to alter ego. They can just mess their last name. They'll have them Maximoff. Because it's
I mean, everybody already knows the origin. He looks like most of us would know. I would say most of the comments fans to choose about I was wondering if they were going to bring in the other doctor.
Supposedly, roughly 10 years between the first time days of future past.
I don't like him strong as a couple. I know that the comic book at some point they did. At some point it did. It was in the Nightcrawler actual comic series. That's happened. Or like he had to take her.
Okay, so on discussion is one that everyone talking about, and it's the Deadpool Fools cast. I don't need to say this, but has everyone seen the Deadpool test? What do you think about Ryan Reynolds as the voice?
I love perfect.
I used to when Reynolds was perfect. The movie happened, and I was like, okay. It didn't really more than the character for the job as Wolverine. And I said, no, North I can't see
Going North has been Deadpool for the longest time.
He started on Wolverine.
No, I think he's been Deadpool for quite a long time.
Deadpool, the first appearance of Deadpool, well, he showed up as an extra character in the background. We don't know about him in the 90s, 1990s show. And if I'm right, his first speaking role was on Hulk vs. Wolverine. That was like 2007. Yeah, then he was supposed to show up in Wolverine and the X-Men.
He did show up. I mean, Will Friedle did his voice in Ultimate Deadpool for the Ultimate Spider-Man series, and that was pretty awesome. I mean, I love that. Yeah, his own episode is called Ultimate Deadpool. Season 2, episode 16. I can find it out.
Yeah.
I think of the CGI 2004 cartoon that was made after the movies were very strong. Well, that was okay. What I was getting at, North did it in Wolverine, and he did it on Lego Marvel, he did it on Marvel's Capcom 3. I thought
North has been the definitive Deadpool voice for us fans for a number of years.
Until we heard Ryan Reynolds, because
I still like Nora, but I can buy Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool.
I think Reynolds nailed it. I think Reynolds stole the character. He said, "Hey, Nolan, you doing this?" No, not anymore.
Yeah, I've always loved Ryan Reynolds' humor, especially when they handled him have comedic freedom and some things like what was it, Blade 2 or 3 or something like that. Like,
that was a big Deadpool kind of thing that he did.
Yeah.
And
have you seen my dog? Have you tried the lobby?
I heard there were rumors that the studio is going to make it PG-13 instead of R.
It's going to be an R.
It's never going to be R. It's never going to be an R.
Not with nowadays. It'll never be R.
However,
but here's the thing: I watched Hercules, and the Hercules is a PG-13 movie. There was a lot of fucking blood in that movie.
However, the only way I think it can survive as a PG-13 movie is, well, if you saw the test footage, there wasn't any blood or little, so there has to be little to no blood, and you can audibly bleep out every single one of Deadpool's curse words and have him acknowledge the bleeps and talk about it to the audience, because that thing will be breaking the fourth wall up the wazoo.
He does. That's what he does. That's what he does. I mean,
he doesn't break the fourth wall. It's horrible.
Because
it is.
That movie. I didn't remember when that movie was being directed by Robert Rodriguez. That was like 2010. Like as soon as X-Men Origins came out, Rodriguez was attached, and then he was producing, and the guy who did that, what's his name? T. Miller or something? I don't know the name of the guy who was directing it.
I don't know.
But he did a commercial for Kodak. It's called like Heist Clowns or something. It's just a bunch of clowns stealing stuff from a bank, and it's visually amazing. And that was shot around that time. That was like 2010, 2011. And the movie's been in development hell for years. And Rob Liefeld, but Rob Liefeld has said that I want the movie to be made because I created Deadpool and I want my character to be on the screen, and I'm pushing it forward. And Ryan Reynolds is really like into it because he's attached to the project he's producing. And he's acting in it. And the script, if I'm right, was written by the guys who did Zombieland.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that would be awesome.
And I just watched Zombieland yesterday.
Yeah.
And, so everybody wants it, but the thing here is, I see it. It's going to be a PG-13. It's going to be nerfed. and it's gonna hit with the audiences. Audiences will love it, but if audiences do love it, we're never gonna get a rated R Deadpool movie. That's what I liked about the Thomas Jane Punisher. I love how that movie failed because we got Warzone, and Warzone was rated R, even though Warzone was really shitty. But it was violent.
Was that the last rated R superhero movie we ever got? Was
Dredd.
Oh, Dredd was?
Dredd was violent.
Oh yeah.
Dredd was my favorite.
Yes, it was.
Dredd was my favorite film from 2012. I love Dredd. Dredd was amazing.
Yeah, one thing the studio will also have to do for a Deadpool movie is a theatrical release and a home release too, because they'll want him interacting with the family at home too, or at least talking, breaking the fourth wall, sorta, with the family at home on a. Well, yeah, you get what I mean.
You know,
they're going to have two versions of the movie.
Yeah, did any of you guys want to see The Little Mermaid when it was re-released on theaters?
You mean in the 90s?
No,
I know, right?
No,
Like,
when it was re-released. Like, that's what it said, re-released.
No.
It was re-released on, like, earlier this year or late 2013. Anyway, the movie came along with an application. It was called, like, Disney Movie Magic or something, that your kids would turn on their iPads while watching the movie, and the movie will have the lyrics to the songs, and it will have like little activity books or things related to the movie directly on their iPads, and they were individual depending on whatever like you did on the phone. Not saying that that's a good idea, because I hate little bright screens on the movie theater, and little kids playing with iPads not watching the movie piss me off. But if you're gonna do a fourth wall breaking Deadpool movie, that's something that would make the audience interact closer to the character if you have an application that goes with it, and that's what I would see go on for the home release. Like case here is Gremlins 2. There's a scene in Gremlins 2 where the movie reel breaks off, and you know when you're watching in a movie theater, it burns out, and the Gremlins are there. Then Hulk Hogan comes on and is like, "Don't stop my movie, brother!" On VHS. I mean that seems on the DVD, but on the VHS version of Gremlins 2. There would be static on your TV, and the Gremlins would have a remote control, and they would switch channels, and they would have like little short sketches done by Joe Dante, who directed Gremlins 2. So, making another version of the movie is not out of question. People have done that.
Yeah.
Making the movie in the first place, that's where we're trying to get here. Because in order to make an alternate version of the movie, you're going to make the movie first.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's going to happen soon.
When you kept saying breaking the fourth wall and stuff like that, it reminded me of the Iron Man Super Bowl spot where it was like the extended cut. Then like it's just Robert Downey Jr. looking like just puts his glasses down, takes them off, and he's just staring at the camera. He's like, "What's more extensive than extended?"
There is if I'm right, there is a comic book called Deadpool Origins. There's a Deadpool comic book that. It's about him trying to make a movie about his origins because they fucked up on X-Men Origins Wolverine, and he's kidnapping people from like Hollywood and stuff. If I'm right, it was a long time ago when I read this. I don't know if it's real or not, but if it is, use that as the basis of the movie because
that would be pretty good.
When the Deadpool movie was announced, I wanted it to be a film about him making a film about himself.
Of course.
That would make sense.
You have to have all the background.
I mean, it is.
That's as meta
stuff
as it gets.
In the movie if you did that. Because, come on, it's Deadpool.
It's Deadpool.
He breaks the fourth wall constantly.
He would get his own bubbles and just beat people with it. How? I mean, who does that?
Because one of his powers is called comic awareness. Because Captain Marvel and the Silver Surfer have cosmic awareness. They know what happens in the cosmos.
Yeah.
Well, Deadpool has comic awareness.
Yeah.
And he knows that he's in a comic book. The only other person that has that power, if I'm right, it's either Howard the Duck and Squirrel Girl.
Oh my god, I forgot about Squirrel Girl.
You are so lucky that Hayden is not here because he would be talking Squirrel Girl.
And you'd be talking Howard the Duck all day.
And Hayden is another Comic Book Society member. He has class today, so he's not here. But yeah. Yeah, they're not going to be making a Deadpool movie for a while.
I mean, the test footage looks amazing. I mean, another Punisher movie
in the Marvel universe. Like, imagine.
I mean, the Punisher movies weren't that bad.
Thomas Jane was amazing as a Punisher.
Yeah, he was amazing.
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad. It was just the bad lots.
Yeah, and what I like about it, because there's the new Punisher ongoing series. There's one phrase that Frank says. He goes, "I am the guy in the middle. I am the guy that beats the villains who are too dangerous for the cops or too small for the Avengers." That's what I want to see.
Yes,
I want to see a film when they acknowledge that Frank lives in the Marvel universe. I want to see a film where the Mandarin's terrorizing New York and Iron Man's like busy in Wakanda or something, and Punisher shows up and fucking shoots that guy. I want to see that.
Yeah, I would see that.
In a Deadpool movie, I want to see, because he's with, what, Sony?
He's with Fox.
Fox. What I want to see is him... it's him basically bitching about only being in Fox and talking about all the other universes and studios and whatnot. That would be hilarious. Because he would be voicing us fans.
Yeah, he'd be like, why isn't he talking to Wolverine? Why isn't he making annoying this person?
Because Fox ruined the opportunity. Well, because I have a conspiracy theory.
Of course they ruined it.
I have a conspiracy theory. I think that Fox, well, I don't think it's a conspiracy. I think it's fact, because they are pumping out the Fantastic Four movie like quick, because they're running out of the license. They got to make a product with it. And they know it's going to be bad. I'm pretty sure they know it's going to be bad, so they didn't want to link it to the X-Men universe.
And one thing I heard is that they're not basing it on the comics at all. They're not. It's not going to be comic book related.
That's where Marvel has to be smart and sue them. They'll be like, "Well, you said you were going to make a Fantastic Four movie,
and how is it going to be Fantastic Four?
That's just the name. That's just the name. I mean, they got nothing to do with the Fantastic Four. Sued, get the rights back, and you can get the Guardians and the Avengers and the Fantastic Four
and
the Galactus and Norrin and the Watcher and the Skrulls. And it'll be perfect. Because if there's something that I need on this Marvel Cinematic Universe, I don't want Spider-Man, I don't want fucking Wolverine, I want Fantastic Four. Because that opens up the cosmos, and that opens up so many threats other than just the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, I want the Skrull invasion.
Which is funny, because, okay, I'm getting ahead a little, because we are going to talk about Guardians of the Galaxy, but Ronan the Accuser's in it. And he's part of the Kree. And the Kree are in it. The Kree are owned by Fox. They are part of the Fantastic Four deal. They got the Kree, they got the Skrulls, they got the Silver Surfer, Galactus, the Fantastic Four, the Mole Man, all that stuff.
Are you sure?
I wasn't until today in the morning. I read an article in Bleeding Cool called something about, they're calling it Blue Aliens now. And the Kree, because their first appearance, if I'm right, is Fantastic Four issue number 66. They still fit on the deal with Fox. Which is odd, because Ronan the Accuser is supposed to be on Fox movies, but he's in the Marvel movie now. Yeah. That's what I understand, because the Kree are supposed to be owned by Fox. So we're getting a little closer, I guess.
Marvel really needs to break open their balls and take back all their Marvel characters.
They did it in the 90s when they were filing for bankruptcy, so they had to make money.
They had to make money, and now they have a buttload of money. They can
there is no excuse.
Yeah, my question is why doesn't who's the not director, but the producer of the Marvel, Kevin Feige?
Kevin Feige is
he's like creative consultant basically. Why doesn't he just go to Fox and say, "Hey, Avengers made $1 billion. Do you want 10% of that?" And Fox would be like, "Well, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna lose? Just go to Wolverine for a movie. We'll give you 10% of the money." Why don't they just forget about greed and stop trying to make money on your own? Make money together.
What I want to do is get all 3 studios, knock their heads together, push them out of office, and just make my own Marvel cinematic universe.
See, that's what's going on with the cinematic universe. But then you also got to think about the TV universe, how DC is doing it.
They're not connected, though.
They're not connected at all. Every single franchise is going to be independent except for Flash and Arrow.
which pisses me off.
Yeah.
Well,
And seeing how Flash is the spin-off.
on the fence about that, but
Yeah.
we'll get
But, I mean, they are trying to do theirs separate, and they acknowledge that everything that they do in the cinematic universe is going to be separate from the TV universe. Which
unlike
is a good thing.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Yeah.
Unlike Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I think that's just a wasted opportunity. Same thing with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was such a wasted opportunity because the show we were going to get was...
Everybody wanted it to be Avengers, though.
What's it called?
That's not what
Cassandra
it
Jones.
is.
Cassandra Jones.
What's the name of that show? AKA Casey Jones. That was the show we were going to get, if I'm right. It was a show, you know who Cassandra Jones is. I think that's her name, Cassandra Jones. She is the wife of Power Man, of Luke Cage. The show was going to be about her life as a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, interacting with the Heroes for Hire, interacting with Doctor Strange, interacting with all these other Marvel characters that we won't get to see in the screen for a while.
Yeah.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. should have been that. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. should have been Agent Coulson and his friends go see what's going on at the Sanctum Sanctorum this weekend. And next week they're going to check out Hydra and Bob, the Agent of Hydra. And next week they're going to go into AIM and find out that they're building MODOK. That's what they want to do. Like,
and when it was anticlimactic. The episode after the movie came out, it was really anticlimactic because we already knew it was so and so.
Yeah.
It was Hydra. It was
and the thing here is,
is S.H.I.E.L.D. ever going to turn into Sword
we need
and
a
stuff
lot of,
like that?
We need a lot of
I'm really
innovation.
hoping they bring Sword in.
We need a lot of innovation because we are getting to the point where television is becoming more important than film. We're getting to the point where people don't go to the movie theaters anymore. They wait till the things are on Netflix and they wait for the things to show up on HBO. With this in mind, you know that everybody's going to watch your stuff on television.
Of course.
There's a lot of people that are going to watch it. So, make it mandatory for people to watch the TV show in order to get what happens in the movies.
Yeah, because you're getting movies, 1, 2, 3 times.
2 years.
Every 2-3 years.
You get a sequel to each and make the plot intertwine with the shows. That's what I expected them to do with the DC universe, because I mean, Constantine's getting his own show.
Yeah,
and there's a Justice League
Gotham.
There's a Justice League Dark movie on the way.
Yeah.
So by Del Toro. So with that in mind, you could have saved so much time in the movie for character development if you used the Constantine backstory, and you wouldn't have to set up Ben Affleck on Batman vs Superman if you were taking Gotham in account. But that's also a really thin line, because what if the show sucks?
Yeah, that
if it
is
sucks,
true.
then the Ben Affleck Batman's going to suck. Well, at least in our minds, because if it's got a shitty backstory, we're not going to like it.
Well, then again, Gotham really isn't about Batman or Bruce Wayne. It's about the
Gordon.
Yeah, it's
more about Gordon. Did you hear about that Joker thing on Gotham? The pilot has a scene where a stand-up comedian that fails at his job and nobody's laughing at him.
Oh.
And everybody's like, "Oh, that's the Joker." But if I'm right, one of the writers said that they're going to do something like that per episode. On every episode, they're going to have a different character that has somewhat of a Joker-esque icon. They're going to do the iconography on the Joker. Like, on the next episode, there's going to be a gambler that, I don't know, has a lot of Joker cards. And the next episode, there's going to be a clown that's really sad, whatever. So there's going to be a lot of little Jokers everywhere. And when the actual Joker shows up, they're not going to show who he is. I love that.
That's a really good idea.
There's this one line they're respecting so much, and I love this idea. This could go, even if it's wrong, they meant well. During the Killing Joke, Joker says, "If I am going to have a past, I'd rather have it multiple choice."
Yes, that was a very... I do remember hearing about that, and I think that was amazing.
I don't want an origin. I just want
because
the man to show up and us to be confused.
You know, that does kill his mystery, who he is.
I mean, we know his name. It's like...
Jack Napier.
Jack Napier.
That's what they always said, you know, from the Batman movies. And then they got incorporated into the show, and then afterwards...
The thing here is that DC respected Alan Moore's continuity until the New 52. With the New 52, everything's off the wall, and we need a new Infinite Crisis. Like, we need a new Crisis.
We need something new, because
to set up what happens. Because 5 years in between Batman starting and having like 7 sidekicks, that's not a lot of time.
Yeah.
According to the New 52, Batman's been Batman for 5 years. And 5 years for him and the Joker to be like how they are in Death of the Family.
Yeah.
That's nothing.
That
We need
really
a crisis that
makes
sets
sense.
up what's right and what's continuity and what's not.
Well, in the Justice League, for the New 52 and the Justice League, whole Justice League storyline, they have the Trinity War, which brings in the in Justice League, or the brings in Ultra Lord, Superwoman from like
Earth 2, yeah.
into
that was Forever Evil.
Yeah, it was Forever Evil.
And the thing
Forever
here,
Evil, yeah.
the thing here is that we know the Killing Joke did happen because Batgirl on the Batgirl Gail Simone series, she's recovering from her spine, and she's like, "Oh, I can't believe I'm a superhero again, and I still have like magic." But did it all happen? Does the Joker have a backstory? Did the Joker rape Batgirl? Because that's obviously what Alan Moore wanted.
How long did Commissioner Gordon know? Kind of stuff.
Why is Commissioner Gordon's old and young? Like, there's a lot of things that we need to.
Yeah, and when you see in the New 52, like even with the Red Hood and the Outlaws, you say, okay, I love Red Hood myself.
He's pretty good.
He is pretty good.
I like Red Hood,
but as you were saying, with the Batman being 5 years in the Red Hood comics, Jason Todd was a 13-year-old boy. How does in less than
5 years?
5 years, he's 21.
Like,
there's no way.
It was the Lazarus Pit.
Okay, the Lazarus Pit. Yes, we can restore him, but that also rejuvenates you to a younger age, not an older age.
No,
We've seen that with Ra's al Ghul all the time.
Ra's al Ghul did something to it, and
yeah, because everybody knows that Nightwing's been Nightwing for a long time, apparently.
Here's the thing.
And then you've got Red Robin, and then you've got Damian, and then you've got Stephanie, and you've got all these other 7 kids in less than 5 years. That's impossible.
I want to Carrie Kelly.
Very
Carrie Kelly just jumped in. I want to say something. I love Carrie Kelly. So, here's one thing. Out of topic, but you said Nightwing, and I need to bring this up. Have you seen that advertisement DC Comics is doing?
Yeah.
Because they're announcing new series like Grayson and Teen Titans, the new Suicide Squad, and the new Harley Quinn, and they have like little one-page advertisements. On
This
comics.
is Harley Quinn. This is.
Yeah, it was like Harley Quinn has a man on her plate, and it's like a plate with a head and covered in blood. Yeah, Joker's head, and he's like, "Hey, I'm smiling." The one for Nightwing. You thought you knew Nightwing. You don't know Dick. It's real.
Best intro ever.
That is awesome.
I was reading Batman 33 and I opened my book and it's there and I'm like, God dang it, DC Comics, what are you doing?
So many names.
Like, I had to.
So much, yes.
You don't know Richard. You don't know Dick. I'm sorry, I had to bring that up.
Yes.
That's
one of the things I didn't like about the storyline for the Gotham TV show is that they're bringing Jim Gordon, and it's supposed to be like his first year. It's supposed to be year 1 for James Gordon, but in a comic book series, year 1 for Jim Gordon is year 1 for Batman as well. And it's not really that way. They're going more. They're going more of a Batman Begins kind of story where Jim Gordon is already a cop or detective and on the force. Where
because here's the thing,
he's been like a detective for like 10 years before Batman came out, right?
There's 2 origins to Jim Gordon. Either he moves in from Michigan, if I'm right.
Yeah.
Or Chicago.
Chicago. I think it's Chicago.
I think
it is Chicago.
Yeah, he moves in from Chicago, and as he moves in, Batman's coming out.
Yeah.
But there's also, this one I really do like. It's where he was the guy that filed the reports when Batman's parents got murdered.
And I think
when he
that
was
is
just
the
a cop
way
on
they're
his
going.
beat.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
And I love that. I love the fact that Bruce Wayne's and Jim Gordon's relationship started like at the earliest
stage.
The earliest stage without them knowing, without them addressing the fact that they do know each other. 0 year on Batman Zero Year, the Scott Snyder book that just ended.
I still have not read that.
It's really.
It's actually not that bad.
I heard it
really
was
good.
really
Like
good.
it's not that bad because it's really good. I couldn't believe how good that was. I have it on singles if you want to
See,
read it.
I mostly go with the fact that Jim Gordon had been in the force for a couple of years, had already known Bruce Wayne's family for a while, had I think his wife was already pregnant with their first child before
With
Barbara.
Jimmy,
With Jimmy. Before
Asshole
Barbara.
Jimmy.
Yeah, so, I mean, I like that fact that, he's actually
He's
a family
part of
man.
Gotham.
Yeah, he's
That's
part of
what I like.
Gotham. He's a family man who had to deal with this young kid losing his parents.
I think what happened, the details are a little foggy on my brain right now with Zero Year. I think on Zero Year he does move from Chicago.
Yeah,
And
that's right.
he is dealing with the fact that there's a lot of crime in Gotham and that he has to make his family live. And that,
Really?
That Gotham's the second most dangerous place in the U.S.
Second.
What's the
Second.
first?
Yeah.
Metropolis?
No.
Well, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
It's the okay because
there's amusement-
number three is Bloodhaven, which is next to Gotham.
Bloodhaven.
Okay.
Number one, I can't remember the name of the
It wasn't
city.
Amusement Mile, was it?
No, Amusement Mile is in Gotham.
Yeah.
Number one is I can't remember the name of the town. I think it's not Central, it's not Coast, it's not Opal, but it's the town where
Star.
It's not
Stars.
Star. It's the town where the Question works at.
Hub City.
Hub City.
Oh,
Hub
yeah.
City is the number one most dangerous place in the U.S. and the DC universe.
Wow, the property value is really low here.
Why?
I wonder. Oh wait.
You said the question, and I immediately knew, so I was like, okay.
Yeah, it's Hub City.
Okay, anyways, now we get on to the Guardians of the Galaxy talk.
I thought we were going to go to Young
Fuck
Justice.
that movie. That movie
We'll do that
sucks.
last.
It was
We'll
the
get-
worst
yeah, we'll
movie
get
I've
that
seen
later.
in my life. I can't believe that. Who in his right mind would put a raccoon in a fucking movie? A raccoon. Talking raccoon.
Hey,
Talking raccoon.
hey.
In a tree? I mean, who writes this? Like little children write this? Oh man.
Okay,
If
This
it
isn't even
is
sci-fi
actually little
anymore.
children, you're insulting them,
Like, this
okay?
isn't even sci-fi anymore. This is
And now all of a
stupid.
sudden we just got hated by so many people.
okay, audience, just
Just ignore him.
ignore him.
Just joking. I love that movie.
Oh my gosh, that movie was epic from the first minute to the last minute. Well, okay, I didn't really like the second post-credit scene.
Get the heck out of here. There was 2 post-credit scenes?
The one.
There's always 2 post-credit scenes in Marvel movies.
I didn't get 2. I got 1. I got Howard the Duck. Like, I wait and then...
with Groot.
Oh,
That's a semi post-credit scene. That's a semi.
that's a side gag.
Yeah, okay, fine. There was one post-credit scene.
Which was amazing. We will talk about it a little bit. Even though I
Okay.
already mentioned it.
So we have the character roster is the original Guardians of the Galaxy, actually. You got Star-Lord, Gamora, Drax the Destroyer, Groot, and Rocket Raccoon. But they actually call him just
Star-Lord,
plain old Rocket in this one. And I think it's actually interesting because they change up Rocket's backstory. He's not an alien. He's
It's like he's
an
genetic
actual
experiment.
genetically mutated or experimented on creature. I thought that was pretty interesting.
Sad. It was really sad.
Yeah, it was really sad. But he,
Like, yeah, you don't want a life of being experimented on. Like, that was really sad.
yeah, that was horrible.
Poor little raccoon.
I
Poor little
know. Little
raccoon.
rocket.
But it was amazing because they focused more on Star-Lord, and in the beginning he actually acted more like Tony Stark than you really know, because with the womanizing and not
Okay.
really noticing.
Can we get into spoiler talk?
I
Yeah,
don't. I
let me-
actually
let
don't
me-
mind spoilers.
I don't mind
I
it
don't
either.
mind
I
it.
haven't seen it.
I'm okay with it.
Let me do a little
Like, on-
disclaimer first.
Yeah.
For those of you who do not want to hear Guardians of the Galaxy spoilers, skip ahead.
10
like
minutes?
5 hours, and we'll get back to you.
You want to do 10,
No,
15
Jose.
minutes?
15 minutes. I would say.
15, 20 minutes. We'll skip ahead 15, 20 minutes from now. Okay, Jose?
The way that movie opened.
Oh my.
Oh my god!
Keep it. Don't yell.
I was so happy.
Oh man. Are you talking young Chris Pratt?
Yeah. Wow.
Man.
I couldn't.
like I was there, and I was
like the kid was.
Is this a raccoon movie? Is this Groot?
The kid was horrible.
What?
The kid, young Chris Pratt.
What about him?
He was a jerk to his mother.
Yeah, he was. But that, like, what I'm saying is, like, I've been sounding pretty ignorant right now, but I do know the Guardians. I was trying to make it to be funny. It's like a raccoon movie. You know, like I know them. Well,
it's about talking squirrel.
When we find out that Quill's mother has cancer, and she dies in the first scene. This takes place in the Iron Man continuity. Wow. Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, and then the fanfare for the Marvel Studios logo.
Oh, yeah.
After, she's dead of cancer. Marvel Studios. Wow.
I don't know how I should be feeling right now.
Exactly. Like, as that movie started, I was like, this is going to be great, because it's already making me feel so many things. Not only am I sad, but also am I worried because a kid got kidnapped by aliens. But I'm utterly confused because I don't know what's going on.
And you feel guilty.
Yeah, I feel guilty. I'm like, I should know. I've read this stuff. I know the character. I was so confused.
And then he runs out of the hospital, rages to the sky, and is
he's like,
picked
God,
up by...
take me, and then God takes him.
not really, he's picked up by aliens. But then 26 years later, we actually get the start to the movie. The real start to the movie. And it is hilarious.
Yeah, dude, I'm saying... the way I describe it, it's a combination of Raiders of the Lost Ark meets Star Wars.
Yeah,
it's
our Star Wars movie before Star Wars. It's to get us into the mood for Star Wars because we haven't had a good science fiction in space movie in a long time.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna get a lot of hate too for this one.
No,
I really like John Carter. I
liked it too.
I really did like it.
I thought that was the Star Wars for this new
generation. It's just that it was not properly marketed.
It wasn't properly
marketed like heck.
And they changed the
storyline and
the story and the name of the original story, which was John Carter of Mars, I think it was.
Yeah.
If they did that, then it would have been better. Because he does, in the ending of the movie, say he is John Carter of Mars, and that would have been perfect.
Yeah, because that's the whole setup. It's John Carter from Mars, and he's going to Mars, and then off Mars, and you're like, oh, this is setting up a sequel that we're never gonna get.
Yeah.
And I thought John Carter was the Star Wars for the.
It was a great movie. I actually did like it
until Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy will be one of those movies that's iconic in the future.
It's the Marvel Star Wars movie.
and I'm like, quite frankly, I wouldn't be surprised if people would call it the Marvel movie, because I wouldn't be surprised if people go out there and say, Avengers, fuck that, I want to see more Guardians.
I've heard that it's kind of like if Star Wars and Star Trek had a love child, that would be Guardians of the Galaxy.
Not really.
Just in the comic book sense.
Yeah.
Star Trek and
Star Wars and Guardians, Star Wars and the Avengers had a love child.
Yeah.
Because Star Trek is, we're going to go to a new planet and discover things, Mr. Spock. Because we live in a utopic society. There's no wars. So we have to discover Spock. Yes, Captain.
Nice William Shatner, by the way.
No, I heard Sulu.
Yeah, it was Sulu.
Thank you. I heard Sulu. Thank you very much.
We do get there, and this movie is, let's kill as many people as we can, let's be friends, and also let's have some very emotional moments, because it did get sad.
How many of you loved the score for the movie?
I hated the score. I loved the soundtrack.
The soundtrack, I mean.
I have the soundtrack.
The soundtrack.
As soon as I heard that on the trailer, I was like,
I get so psyched. Like, I'm dancing in the theater.
You're bringing retro music.
What makes me really
You're
sad,
bringing retro music back. So it's awesome.
This soundtrack is making a point that we're sheeple. We're not people anymore. We're sheep. Because the day after the trailer for Guardians of the Galaxy came out, 250% sales went up for Blue Suede's
song "Hooked on a Feeling." Yeah.
A feeling. So we're not even.
I bought the album and I haven't even seen
I
the movie
had
yet.
the album before it even came out.
We wait for trailers and TV to tell us what we like, and I'm glad people are listening to that song because I love that song. But
Of course.
but it feels kind of weird.
I like the cover art for the CD because
Oh,
it looks like a mixtape.
And one trailer music that wasn't in the movie was Spirit of the Sky. Yeah, I like that song.
love that song.
But then I think I understand why they did it because it was all godly and Christian-y and whatnot. But I don't know.
It's a cool song.
Yeah, it is a cool song. I have that.
Well, the
and
Celestials do show up in the movie.
they only have one Celestial, the Collector.
Shows up. Well, no, the head.
Well, that was
That's
an
a
ancient.
That's an ancient Celestial.
We're talking about Celestials that are currently living.
Okay.
Well, okay, yeah. And,
They brought in the fact that the Celestials are in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by that.
Yeah, I did like
Which
that.
makes things complicated because House Apocalypse is going to turn into Apocalypse on X-Men Apocalypse. Because Apocalypse on, remember the end credit scene from Days of the Future Past?
Yeah.
He is a little young kid in pyramids.
And Sabanur.
Yeah, in order for him to turn into Apocalypse, into a big guy, he needs the help of the Celestials. He gets the power of the Celestials, turns into a big guy.
I want these movies to be out now. Even if they just
I
were like, okay, we're not going to do any
know.
live action, it's going to be animated from now on.
Okay,
I'm like, I want them now.
But that's the thing. You gotta be careful with the whole live action versus animation because
we were talking about the other day was that DC does a heck of a lot better animated movies
Yes,
than
they
Marvel
do.
does.
They really do.
So,
And if you have not seen the new clip, trailer, whatever you want to call it, for Iron Man and Captain America Heroes United, that thing looks horrible.
Well, Iron Man and Hulk Heroes United
It was
I don't know what animators they're getting.
Yeah,
They
but
just
here's the
kind of look
thing.
bad.
Here's the thing, because
no, you see like
And in the
Batman.
last Wizard Con here in Austin, they had two events that were going on at the same time. Were the premiere for the premiere for Iron Man and Hulk Heroes United for Marvel, and Doctor Who, the 50th anniversary special.
Yeah.
And I did not want to go to Marvel because I saw the trailer, I saw the clips. That thing would suck. So of course I went to Doctor Who.
The only time I've really, really, truly enjoyed an animated Marvel Universe movie was when they exported it to Japan.
that's sad.
And they came back and I was like, man, this looks great.
Yeah,
No, too bad it's not done by us.
The Marvel anime.
I've seen a little bit.
Oh shit!
I've seen a little bit.
A Marvel anime?
Like they did one with Wolverine.
The
they did
TV
one with
shows.
Oh, the
X-Men,
TV shows.
they did
Oh.
one with,
Those are the ones I
Yeah,
said. Like,
it's like
Yeah,
when
that's
they
what
did
you
the
said.
Marvel superheroes in the little
like,
TV.
I think they
and I'm so young, and I'm gonna screw the little high school teenagers. By the way, I don't speak like this. I speak like this because I'm Wolverine. I'm Japanese. You're not Wolverine. Okay, Cyclops.
Which one is that?
Cyclops, your turn. I'm Cyclops, and I'm a nerdy guy, and I shoot lasers out of my eyes.
Which animated one are you talking about?
There's Blade the anime, there's Wolverine the anime, there's X-Men the anime, and there's
Iron Man.
The only one that I'm kind of cool with is the Iron Man one, but visually.
I'm thinking of like the X-Men one that takes off right after the Dark Phoenix saga.
Huh.
That's the anime I'm thinking of.
Well, then again-
it is super dark and it is good.
Then again, Marvel did also come out with a new anime series called Disc Wars.
Yeah, it's Pokemon with Marvel Heroes.
I still need to finish
see.
get caught up with that series.
I'm glad that Spider-Man's the main guy.
I could definitely see that.
Ever since 2008, I hate that we get Iron Man standing in the middle of everybody. Like,
He's
Spider-Man-
never actually
Spider-Man
been appointed
is
a
the
leader.
poster boy.
Yeah.
Spider-Man and Captain America will forever be the poster boys of Marvel. But if you go out at me and say, "Oh, look at this poster, Iron Man's in the middle," get out of here.
I know,
Yep.
it's like you look at the
Avengers.
zombie verses, it's like Spider-Man's always the one that gets away, or at least goes to another universe and spreads that contagion even more, but he's always the one that gets away.
Spider-Man's the main guy.
Anyways,
Spider-Man.
can we get back on track?
No, Spider-Man's cool. Let's talk about Spider-Man. So
Next
Spider-Man,
week.
I hate
I like
that. I
Spider-Man.
hate that anime. Oh.
Next week. Okay, so yeah.
Young Justice?
Where were we exactly?
He had to go on rant.
Guardians of the
Go
Galaxy.
watch Guardians of the Galaxy. Go watch it in a movie theater, preferably, because that's a movie theater
Oh yeah,
experience. You gotta go see that.
it is definitely worth the regular price.
Bradley Cooper was pretty good.
not
Matinee.
nowadays.
No, not personally.
Go watch it in matinee.
But if you're in
Regular
Austin
price.
and you have an Alamo Draft House,
Go there.
yeah.
Okay.
Do it.
Bradley
Alamo
Cooper
Draft House
was,
has ruined other movie theaters for me.
was pretty surprising.
Because it's so good.
Bradley
Really?
Cooper.
I'm still new to
Oh,
this
yes.
area, so I
But
really
I
don't know.
still
the
hear
action
Jason
about it.
Statham.
That's where the new Dragon Ball Z
Like, I want Jason Statham. I'm sorry, guys. Don't say that. Because I've seen it. I've seen the new Dragon Ball movie.
Gods Among Us?
Yeah.
I want to see it.
I want to see it.
Oh, don't.
I have to.
please.
I'm seeing it. I don't know if I would have.
The girls,
Yeah, I was gonna
girls,
say
raise
that.
your hand if you want to see it.
Please.
Okay, it's a 3. It's a
Don't-
good one.
It's a 3-on-2 guy.
Don't
Yeah.
spend. Don't spend.
Don't say it like that.
Don't.
It's all good.
Don't spend your hard-earned cash money for that.
Maybe wait till it comes out.
$20.
Of course.
Because that movie's going to cost $20 to see.
Probably.
I definitely won't go see it in theaters, but once it comes out,
I can acquire it some other way.
That's like wasting my time watching the Ninja
Here's the
Turtle
cheapest
movie
thing you
in
can do.
theaters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheapest thing you can do. A bus ticket to Mexico. It's usually $20.
I can name you like 5 other cheaper ways.
Go to Mexico.
Yeah.
Go to Mexico. Go on Netflix. They have it on Netflix in Mexico. Like,
Make sure you
I'm
bring
not
bottled
shitting
water.
you. I'm not shitting you. Like, they have it on Netflix in Mexico and just have it in Japanese and Spanish. Watch it in Japanese and watch it in Spanish and then be like, this was the fucking worst thing I've ever seen. And then come back and be like, yeah, that wasn't worth it.
So you're spending your money going to Mexico. Why would that
it's
be
like
worth it?
HD version too, because it's on Netflix. Seriously.
Okay, next week.
If you like Vegeta, prepare to cry. 'Cause
Oh,
they
dang it.
ruin his character.
Really?
Aw,
What about
I
Piccolo?
like Vegeta though.
He's not even in it that much.
What? Piccolo's my favorite.
Like,
Wait, what?
Hey,
What they do to Piccolo?
please get back on track.
Sorry.
We'll have an anime week.
Now we are gonna go at it on Vegeta.
Oh, we will definitely have.
We will have
we
an
will
anime.
definitely have an anime week one of these days.
I will dress up as Yang.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
But so the
Anyway,
story
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, back to that.
Let's go back.
these people do not want to stay on track.
No, we don't.
No, we're done with it. We're skipping to something
Because
else.
they haven't
Young Justice.
And I can't talk about it. I haven't seen it.
They haven't seen the movie. That's
Yeah.
why. It's just
That's why we can't come.
Yeah, we
We can't really speak.
That's
Okay,
why
so
I
well,
basically told us,
the
kids,
story
don't watch it.
is that there's a bunch
It's about a
of-
raccoon and a talking tree. Next topic.
Yeah, also this raccoon
Okay,
guy.
go watch it, but before we skip the Guardians of the Galaxy topic, there's still something very important. We mentioned Groot, we mentioned Rocket. We haven't mentioned Howard the motherfucking Duck. Because
Fine, our resident Howard, the motherfucking duck fanatic.
okay, so Howard the Duck's in the movie.
What?
Yes,
No, it's not.
for a very small portion.
Okay, the post-credit scene. Spoilers. The post-credit scene is
You already said spoilers. Like 20
again.
Do
Double spoilers.
Ultra spoilers. Because this is the best part of the movie. And I'm not shitting you. That was my favorite part of the movie. The movie ends with the post-credit scene is the collector's, getting his collection a little bit together, and he's all beaten up, and he's having a drink.
And he's being licked
And
by Cosmo the dog.
Cosmo the dog.
And
wakes
they
up.
did not give him a voice.
Which is sad.
It's sad.
So Cosmo shows up, and then you can hear, "Hey, why are you letting him lick you? Why are you letting him lick you like
Yeah,
that?"
why are you letting him lick you like
And
that?
it cuts, and it's Howard the Duck sitting on a box with a martini,
And like sitting there.
wearing his suit, and
Yeah.
he sips, and he's like, and it cuts. Howard the Duck is in a Marvel movie.
You are so happy.
I bet you went and rubbed one out right after that.
I was tearing up.
My first viewing of that, when I saw that in theaters, I did the biggest storm rage out of that theater ever, and everyone was laughing when I did. It's like,
My audience wasn't like that. We were yelling and clapping and standing up. We were in love with that.
We were crying.
I was so pumped. Like I was trying to punch somebody. It's like, why can't I have a freaking Howard the Duck movie again?
It's a duck.
It's not just a duck. It's Howard the Duck.
And here's what happened after. We walked, because remember, this is like at the 10:30 showing. Every time we leave the movie theater, we talk about the news for like an hour or so. We didn't say a single thing about Guardians of the Galaxy. We had like an hour-long conversation about how voiced by Seth Green, by the way.
Oh, he's in everything.
oh.
Have you ever looked at his IMDb list?
Yeah.
It's like, he's in everything. He's in so much stuff.
He was voiced by Seth Green.
Oh god! I thought you were gonna say Seth MacFarlane for a second. I was like, no.
It's like,
I wouldn't mind. I mean, if it's Seth MacFarlane, I don't like anything he has done, but I still feel that he can do something good.
he did good in Ted.
I don't like that.
Did he look good? Did Howard the Duck look good?
He looked fantastic.
You look pretty good.
I'm looking for a picture because that's all I'm getting, and that just scares the crap out of me.
Oh goodness!
Oh god!
That wouldn't have put it on that.
That's not him.
Oh no.
Okay, so
Anyways, yeah, so How the Duck is in the movie.
And I am writing currently. Speaking like seriously, I am writing a Howard the Duck webcomic that I'm probably gonna get sued over. But I don't care because he deserves it.
okay, maybe you can put it at Dragon Slayer as indie or as a local
I
comic.
can still get sued though.
Yeah, probably, yeah. But yeah,
Dude, that's so cool.
yeah, second viewing, for the second viewing I went for with my dad and looked much closer at the scene where they're in the collectors when they're opening the orb. Yeah. What did you think of when you saw Thanos?
Again, like what I said earlier,
Disappointing parent.
When he turned around, because previously I had seen a semi-granulated picture of him on the internet, but when he turned around, I was all the way back on my seat. I'm buying him wazoo. He is Thanos. Josh Brolin is Thanos.
you can tell he is. You can see his nose, his eyes.
It's one of those things that kind of like if you saw him up close, you could scream.
He's so far away. You're like, oh man, that's
You just turned like when I see like he was like in the scene when you turned your head.
You're like, that's Thanos, that's so cool. But then you see the close-up. That's Brolin. Oh my god, that's right there.
The last time I saw anything Josh Brolin was on Men in Black 3. So trying to take his face. He tried to take his face. And Thanos, I didn't believe that, that's just him from the past. It does look like Tommy Lee Jones from the younger.
It's not really mad. No choice for Batman. That's the choice for Josh Brolin. I only wanted Josh Brolin. It's amazing. Somebody had Josh Brolin. What? He said, yeah, I was going to be Batman.
Yeah. He was the first choice, and then that like got into it. Like, I want it, and they're like, okay. And then they said that in case of anything, Josh Brolin would be the understudy. I don't see that.
Okay, guys. We're going to take another really great break. So stay with us, stay tuned. Alright, and welcome back, everyone. So, we had an interesting discussion over the past 10 minutes. While we were gone, you were paused.
We paused you. We have control over time and space.
I am the game master.
We are the Time Lords.
Yes.
I'm a graduate from the Time Lord Academy. I have a degree in cheese making.
Okay, well, because I said that we...
screwdrivers.
Oh, I have a sonic
The
screwdriver.
drinks.
I have a sonic screwdriver.
I have 3 sonic screwdrivers.
Because I said we would be doing it, we'll talk about the Hobbit trilogy, and then we'll probably do an extra bonus topic that everyone has been wanting to do.
I've been bugging you like all day about it.
No! Freaking Howard the motherfucking Duck.
Okay, Plastic Man.
Oh,
Everything's stretchy.
I don't know dick.
Okay, so
Hey,
the Hobbit trilogy so far. What do you guys think?
I like it.
I love it.
I like it. I don't
Thumbs
know. I don't know why they threw Legolas in there.
I like it better than the original Lord of the Rings.
I would have to agree with that.
I would have to
statement.
agree with that. I mean, they should have actually started the way that they intended to, with the Hobbit, and then going into the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
That would have been
really
so much
It would have
better.
been. It would have made the story seem more relatable, more feasible to the people who actually have read the books.
Yeah.
If they
And even for the newer generations who don't like to read and just want to watch a movie, it would make more sense to go through Hobbit and then into Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
If they wanted to
Exactly.
do a Hobbit movie after the Lord of the Rings, they should have had more Hobbit references in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, and
Not
have
the other
people
way around,
and have people asking, "What on earth is this? What are they making references?" Because then they'll bring in the Hobbit, and
here's
they're
the
like,
thing.
"Oh,
I just said that I like it better than Lord of the Rings.
yeah."
That doesn't mean a lot, though, because
Lord of the Rings is by far a classic trilogy,
yes, yeah, people
going up with The Godfather.
People say that, but again, I'm the hated one because I'm not a fan of Lord of the Rings. They're good movies, they're well made, they're pretty well acted.
Did you watch the extended edition?
Yeah, I've seen all of it. Like,
Okay.
believe me, I've seen all I could. I'm not a fantasy guy. You give me Adventure Time.
Do you know what club this is?
Hold on. You give me Adventure Time and more hate. I don't like Adventure Time.
I
I
agree
don't.
with that statement.
I don't
I
either.
will agree with that.
Adventure
I
Time
don't
is
like it.
a stupid TV show.
It's a little
in fact,
baby
just
show.
about all the Cartoon Network TV shows right now are stupid.
Here's the
They're
thing.
ruining our children's
Yeah, here's the
brains.
thing. I don't like Adventure Time, and I have to admit it's a very well written show. I've seen some episodes. And I'm like, this makes sense.
Exactly.
And people would like it. I understand why people like it. I'm not a fantasy guy, but then you give me a regular show. Regular show is a show oriented to the horror fan, to the sci-fi, to the paranormal. I like that. I'm a bigger fan of sci-fi and outer space than medieval Earths and sword battles. That's why I don't think I'm going to like the third Hobbit. Because the third Hobbit is just going to be a huge battle. It's a battle of the 7 armies.
Yeah,
I'm not
five
gonna lie.
5 armies.
Isn't it 7?
No, it's Battle of the 5 Armies. That's the title. The Hobbit, Battle of the 5
But
Armies.
isn't the book 7?
No, it's 5.
Fine.
That was 7.
Reread The Hobbit.
I didn't read that. I haven't read that in a long time.
I actually, my dad wouldn't let me watch the Lord of the Rings movies until
Without reading the books.
So he did that, and I love him for that because the Lord of the Rings books have so much more in them than the Lord of the Rings movies. Everyone who watched the movies first, you're all crazy because
So that's
Yeah,
what
and that's
every
actually
book's
what
starting with
my
the
parents
movies.
I'm
try to
starting
make
with
me
the
do.
books right now.
That's how I did all my stuff with Harry Potter, Hunger Games, Lord of the
I didn't
Rings,
read
Hobbit.
I didn't read the Harry Potter books, but
I have-
Snape
I have- yeah, I
is
haven't
still
read
a
them.
lovable
Yeah,
character.
I'd rather
love
read
him.
a book first to get a better concept of a story than watch the movie because
I can't
people
do
will
both.
always assume
Yeah.
in a movie what's going to happen.
I don't.
Unless you read the book, you don't know
You don't know
jack squat
specific
what's
details
going to
that they
happen.
have to cut out and all that.
Yeah, because if you watch the movie first, it usually ruins the book for you. Because you're like, when does this happen? That didn't happen in the movie. Why does this happen in the
That's
book?
why I don't
'Cause-
watch. That's why I don't read the book and then watch the movie because I'm in there yelling in the theaters.
That didn't happen in the
So
book.
nothing.
Because every
I
Then
like
again,
it.
then again, I'll never read the Hunger Games books or
I read the
watch.
first one and I was so like.
And I know people will
I never-
hate me for this, but the Hunger Games is a stupid story. It really is.
I like
It's
I didn't-
different.
I
I
know,
like the
I'd
fact
rather-
like-
that it hasn't
I like
been done
that.
before.
I like the Wait,
never mind.
Battle Royale.
Battle Royale. Yeah, I was going to say
They'll
Battle
say-
Royale was first.
Well,
Just-
it's similar, but it's not. the
It's
same
similar,
thing.
but
Anyway,
not in the same.
I do have to say the
I'm
Hunger Games Part 2 was very predictable, even without me watching.
It's basically Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean it's bad because I love Empire Strikes Back. More of it
Yeah.
makes me happy. Anyway, the thing here with books and movie adaptations, I'm not like that. I don't let the book spoil the movie, and I don't let the movie spoil the book. I've read Monkey Planet, and I've seen Planet of the Apes. They're two different entities to me. And that's how I feel about comic books. Yes, I ranted a little earlier about Johnny Storm being black and the thing not being orange. I ranted, but I live with it. I let it happen because I know you're never going to adapt 100% correctly any medium.
Yeah.
Except for, Watchmen, which was pretty close.
That was actually
Except for the squid. But I mean,
I didn't
the
really care for the
changes,
Watchmen
the
too much,
changes.
but that's just me.
No, the changes they did to the squid, it's understandable. Like I understand why they did it, but there's a fine line between adapting and just do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And I think Peter Jackson has found a very happy middle in adapting, except with The Hobbit. There's a lot of crap in The Hobbit that's not in the book. There's a lot of crap that extends it.
Only the first portion of the first Hobbit movie was actually in the book, even if it was shortened down to like 30, 40 minutes. And that whole scene, I like that they brought in a few of the songs from the books into the movie. Loved
the songs. Oh,
Baggins hates.
Yeah.
Bilbo Baggins hates. But after that, it really did not go too much with the book, because in the second movie, for those who haven't seen it, a little spoiler, but for those who haven't, but for the second book, they have the scene where they're going to Beorn's cabin in the woods, and I loved that because it was very comedic. It was really well timed. It showed Gandalf's humor, whereas the other movies that really didn't. It showed him his powerful side, dramatic side. But in the movie, they really didn't do that.
And I think that's the key to why I like this franchise. It's an adventure. It's not a war. It's not we have to bring back the king and destroy the ring for
Let's
the
go on
fate
an adventure.
for the fate of Middle Earth. It's
What time is it?
Jewel.
I knew it. Someone was gonna do it.
I had to.
But yeah,
you said the A word, so I had to.
You can't see us right now because this is radio, but I'm facepalming so hard.
But the Hobbit book, is really supposed to be a much lighthearted, more story than the Lord of the Rings, and in the movies, it's not. The first half hour is more of a jovial feel to it, but after that, it just goes straight on into the darkness of the Lord of the Rings.
When the Necromancer shows up,
And Necromancer isn't even in the Hobbit. He's in the Lord of the Rings.
Oh, those spiders.
That's the one
the
thing.
spiders. Love the spiders.
That's what I'm talking
Those
about.
are
Like,
really well done.
when you show the Necromancer, as soon as that happened, I was like, yeah, I'm out of this movie. Because you're constantly reminding people, yes, this happened before Lord of the Rings. And The Hobbit, like I said, what made it work for me was that it was funny. It was a really funny film. It was an adventure. It was really, really happy times, little dwarves working as a team, doing
the
little
books.
What?
You mean the book?
In the book and in the movie. Like, there's those moments in the movie.
Yeah,
like that barrel scene that everybody hates.
Oh my god.
I love that.
I love that
was
scene.
pretty
It's
Beautiful.
hilarious.
funny.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. It's the dwarves being funny. Then
It's not 100% accurate to how it was in the books. Yeah, I give it that, but it was really
But
funny.
that's the
Yes,
thing.
it's funny.
Everything is always going to be adapted, no matter what story. Unless you've got the original writer that's going to say it's going to be done my way or no way at all, it's going to be adapted in any way.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got.
However,
we see that with comic book shows. We see that with comic book movies. We see that with everything. So unless you actually get a creative writer who's done the work for a long time, knows exactly what they're doing, knows exactly how the script goes, and has it step by step perfect, you're not going to get that.
Yeah.
It's always going to be adapted.
However, I do think that for this one, since it was a very short book, they could have done it word for word.
Maybe
They could have done 2 films word for word with the book. But one of the things I didn't like about the entire Lord of the Rings or entire Middle Earth story is this, including the Hobbit, is that they didn't have the animals talk, like the eagles, the spiders. The spiders, you had to have had to have Bilbo put the ring on to hear them talk. In the book, they're just talking like nothing.
We have to be realistic. Animals don't talk.
It's a fantasy movie.
It's a fantasy movie. That's the whole premise of it. It's because it's fantasy that these things happen.
Okay, this is Jose. This is joking.
This is creepy.
This is the
CEO of Fox. We gotta make a Fantastic Four.
Anyone have a shotgun? Does anybody have a shotgun?
Oh,
I do.
Rupert Murdoch. Out of the room. And thus we killed them.
Wait, what?
Yeah, there is a dead man on the floor right now.
Oh, that's great.
Not really, but
Right, Howard?
Howard. But I did. Even though what's his name? The White Orc. I'm just forgetting his name.
Yeah,
Dies at the beginning.
No.
No, the one with the
Yeah, that's what.
Azog.
yeah.
Even though he's not even though he's an original character in the movie and not.
He's in the book, but he gets killed by Thorin, like really early on.
Oh, I really need to read the book again. But
It's only been like 15 years since we read it.
It's only been like ages.
It's only like a couple
I don't really
moves
care.
away from us.
I don't really care for the character, but the guy who plays him, Manu Bennett, he is an amazing actor. He played in Spartacus. He's Deathstroke in Slade Wilson in The Arrow.
No, he does an amazing
He's
Slade
an
Wilson.
amazing actor.
So I will give him
Andy
that.
Serkis.
Andy Serkis.
Oh my
He
God.
directed
He's the best monkey there is.
Oh God, yes, he is.
Caesar and Gollum.
Oh my god, I love Nolan. And Spiegel.
Future.
And if you can, because
And there goes the creepy voice
because
again.
this is radio, he was signing some of that with his hands. But yeah. Yeah, Andy Serkis is a really awesome actor.
Banana.
His mocap,
Monkey see, monkey.
motion capturing performance is real spot on. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's really hard to find a professional like that.
Plus, his company is real big now too.
Yeah.
But he really captured what?
Nothing. I gave you a very big nose.
Oh yeah.
For those of you who can't see,
because this is radio.
I gave you a huge nose.
Sam is drawing characters of us on podcasts.
Yeah, we're that boring.
No, she's trying to give us a persona of what we would look like as comic book heroes.
Yeah, mine's
she's trying to do us as comic book heroes.
Mine's
You know,
for some reason mine just
we'll
looks like
post
a
it on
shade-
Twitter or something
with-
like that
with
after
some
she's
smoke
done
in
with
it.
it.
You're just a big block of
I was gonna
boobs.
say, like, for some reason mine's just like a blank space
It's
with
so
my name on it.
I could see you doing the question. I could see him doing. I could see him. He's got the brooding face and the
Anyways,
cynical look.
I had to leave.
anyways,
I
what I
hate the
was
Girl
saying
Scouts
is,
guy.
The Girl Scouts are the biggest conspiracy out
yes,
there.
they really are.
Fucking Girl Scouts.
What I was saying is that Andy Serkis really captured the heart and soul of Gollum. I really don't think anyone else in the business of motion capture can do that anymore.
Well, you know who could have done it without motion capture? Doug Jones.
Oh my God!
Makeup.
Really?
Yeah, dude. I mean, Ape Sapien, Silver Surfer, that one guy from Hocus Pocus.
The one guy from Hocus
That one
Pocus.
zombie from Hocus Pocus, Doug Jones.
Yes.
Makeup,
Oh, God.
like,
I always thought that dude looked like Kevin Bacon.
yeah, he does. Here's a funny fact.
He
don't know.
did. I thought that was Kevin Bacon for the longest time
I
doing
don't
that
know.
zombie guy.
I don't know if you knew this, but here's a fun fact. Back in the 70s, like actually late 60s, the rights for the Lord of the Rings franchise and the Hobbit were up in the air because nobody wanted to buy them. Guess who bought the rights? Like, just out of a
Kevin
limb.
Bacon.
No, it's 60s. Out of a limb.
Sorry.
Disney?
No.
Yeah, Disney buys everything.
Here's a clue. Here's a clue.
Disney buys everything.
Here's a clue.
Yes, they do.
Musician.
Bono!
Vanilla Ice.
60s.
Sorry.
Hey,
Blue Stripe.
John Lennon bought the
What?
rights to the Lord of the Rings because
Really?
he wanted to make a musical adaptation
Oh,
of
no.
the Lord of the
I can
Rings.
see. I can see the Hobbit.
Musical.
With him and his rock and roll buddies as
Okay,
the
never mind.
cast.
Never mind.
Peter
Never mind.
Travers, the Pink Floyd people.
We're going to
But
defeat a dragon.
Yeah, but here's the funny thing. I think it would have been like the most acid trip movie ever, and I would have loved it. Here's the funny thing. He wanted to play a character. He wanted to play Gollum. John Lennon as Gollum.
I could not see that at all.
Oh, I'm gone. My precious. Imagine all the rings.
I love how your accent keeps kind of switching there.
Yeah, it's like Scottish and then kind of English.
It has like that nasal voice.
No, it's more like Scottish and Irish than it is English.
Scottish.
Where's the Loki diamond? What?
Where's the ring?
What are you talking about?
See, a boot.
We have two ducks now. We got Howard the Duck.
I can be Canadian.
And Scrooge
That
McDuck.
sounds lovely.
Where's the Loki diamond?
What? Getting back a little bit back on topic. What did you? What was your guys' reaction to the ending of the second Hobbit movie?
I laughed. I thought it was hilarious.
Very anticlimactic.
It sounded like he was like motivating himself. I am fire. I am death. Remember, I am fire. I am smog. Yes, I can do this.
Schmaug.
Schmaug.
I am Schmaug. It felt like he was talking to himself to motivate himself. He was so shy. I am fire. I am death. I am Benedict.
I just wanted to look at the dwarves. Don't you hate me? You're wrong.
I love Benedict Cumberbatch.
I am
as
Benedict
Smaug.
Cumbersnack.
He really got into the role. If you saw those behind the scenes footage,
Yeah,
he
he really
really
got
got
it.
into the role.
But didn't he also do the voice of Sauron too?
He did the voice of Sauron and the Necromancer.
Yeah.
Or, well, they're both the same thing.
He did.
Yeah.
He was doing that
Same
plus
difference.
Smaug.
But I'm telling
You know, I'm
I
like
think
trying to
that-
find his.
Other than him, the best part of those movies, casting-wise, I love Richard Armitage. That's his name. That's Thorin. I love what's the game?
I love Feeling and Keely. Those two were
Feeling Keely, cool. But
amazing.
it brings such joy to my heart to see Sylvester McCoy on the screen because, man, do I love the Seventh Doctor and him as Radagast. It was like seeing the Seventh Doctor again. He was kooky, he was weird, and he got poop on his head.
Yes, it
At first I
was.
thought it was wax, but then everyone had to tell me it was bird poop. Like,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah, you had to see it like
A little-
twice
yeah.
or really close to be able to
Little
know.
unrelated note, did you see the Five Doctors remake-ish?
Yes, I saw
Yeah,
it.
they have that scene with during the filming of The Hobbit.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Sir Ian McKellen, have you seen Sylvester? I don't know who you're talking about. Who? Bird poop. Oh, yes, little fellow over there.
That was pretty funny how they did that.
Peter Jackson, he's getting closer to direct the Doctor Who episode.
Oh gosh, I could definitely see that, and it's gonna be the most spectacular one there is.
Wow. It's gonna have a lot of shots of green fields.
Yes. They're gonna shoot in
They're
New
going to be
Zealand.
beautiful green
They're gonna
fields.
shoot in New
Beautiful green
Zealand.
It's gonna be a whole scene of
It's gonna be
Peter Capaldi running.
It's gonna be Middle Earth.
He's gonna be running in New Zealand. Hurry up, Clara, you fucking cunt! I'll get you Capaldi!
They're not gonna have him curse. He's the Doctor.
I'm really excited for this new Doctor, though.
I know. I am too.
I couldn't watch Matt Smith though.
I'm pretty sure
he
he's gonna
agitated me
be-
really bad.
Matt Smith, I love Matt Smith on season 7 and halfway through season 6. But before season 6 and season 5, he was still getting on that role.
Yeah,
Who got on my nerves was David Tennant.
Tennant.
yes.
And Eccleston was a great Doctor.
Eccleston did
I'm gonna
great,
have a-
and I didn't even know who he was until after I saw G.I. Joe,
Yeah.
the original one, and I was
Oh.
like, I know that voice from somewhere, and it took me a while until it came on Netflix. I'm like, oh, there he is.
No, I really did like Tennant,
because he was a totally different person.
When he left.
More hate to me.
They built it up so much.
More hate to me because I like David Tennant, but I also can't stand him sometimes. So there's a lot of
It's just
who you gonna
really.
go? Ghostbusters. There's a lot of things that Russell T Davies and that David Tennant did that were too quirky for the Doctor.
It's kind of the whole fangirling thing that's really, really annoying.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
Matt
I
Smith-
fangirl, but I'm not gonna say,
You're a
Tennant.
fangirl.
Tennant is
You
the
know-
only
Tennant,
Doctor that's for
darling.
me.
Matt,
No.
and what
Tennant,
I
darling.
loved about Matt Smith is that he's the youngest of the actors who play the
the
Doctor,
youngest.
but he plays the oldest, and he plays it the oldest.
Yes.
I think
And you
one of
can
the
really
best
see
moments-
it
yeah.
during season 6 and 7.
One of my favorite
and
moments
during
is
the
when
Christmas special.
Yeah, when
I
he goes to Clara, and he's like, "You're young. Aren't you supposed to be doing young things?" Like he doesn't understand what youth is anymore, and I love that angle of him. He's this old dude.
I think
He's
the one that,
actor, but he's the oldest so far.
I think the one that gave me the wisest look for Matt Smith when he was doing the Doctor was when that soldier died. And that was one of the children that he saved.
That was the best.
That was one of the children that he saved, and give her solace, knowing that he still cared. He was like, I remember you. And then when he gets asked, who was she? And he's like, I have no idea. But she's one of the children that he saved when he was younger.
I love that.
And that bit just came to me because I love Doctor Who.
When she just goes like, oh, Doctor, you might not remember me. He just goes, shush, everyone's important. I remember every face. And she dies just, who was that?
I'm like, I don't know.
My favorite part in the Tenant is when the Daleks diss the Cybermen.
Oh,
that was the greatest thing.
And I think, like, I had this fan, like, if I ever write Doctor Who, I'm going to make a... Because this is what I want with Peter Capaldi. You know how we always get a human companion, sometimes an alien companion, like Frobisher. What if, and only what if, the Doctor's companion was himself? What if we bring back Paul McGann, the 8th Doctor, and have him as the companion of Peter Capaldi?
Hold on. I heard this is what Matt Smith did. After the 50th, he went to the bastard Stephen Moffat.
Stephen.
Yes, the bastard who killed Amy and Rory.
Okay, Amy and Rory's dead.
Shut up.
They should have killed themselves.
And I wasn't a big fan of Amy.
I wanted them to shut themselves off.
He went to Stephen Moffat and pleaded for a spin-off series with him and David Tennant. Everyone was on board except Stephen Moffat. Yeah. Well, at least all the fans were on board.
I was going to say, like,
that would have been a great thing.
It would have been good, but I wouldn't like it. Because
spin-offs are never as great.
You know why?
They're not as
great. Why would I want to see Matt Smith and David Tennant? I got 3 seasons out of David Tennant, 3 seasons out of Matt Smith. I got 1 movie out of Paul McGann and 1 short film and a lot of radio plays that I've listened to and a lot of comic books, but 2 on-screen appearances. Bring back Paul McGann. That's what we want.
And with the new look, I can see him because I've never really seen any of the classic Doctors very much, but I did see the first Doctor Who movie with Paul McGann. But yeah. I liked his new look.
Yeah, he's fantastic. And favorite Doctor, like Patrick Troughton, number 2 favorite Doctor.
Oh, yeah.
My Doctor, Peter Davison. That's the first Doctor I watched.
Okay.
The 5th Doctor.
I would say Baker was my Doctor.
I do have to say that my first Doctor was not David Tennant. It was Matt Smith. But then I tried to watch series 1 of the new season series and go on from there. I didn't really like Christopher Eccleston very much because he was. Now I get it because he was just coming off of from a few years of after being the War Doctor, but it was too dark,
too action,
it was really slow. But then again, he was only in 1 season, so I didn't really get to connect with him too much. But with David Tennant and Matt Smith, they were much better.
And when Matt Smith left, because when David Tennant left, I was sad. I was like, oh, he's gone. Matt Smith's new. Let's see what it does. But when Matt Smith left, I was so happy. I was like, get that guy, get him the fuck out of here because Peter Capaldi's coming. And he's going to own it.
And Capaldi did a great job the very first episode. He's like, how do you work this?
Just one question.
And that's where everyone is worried, or everyone that I know is worried because will he forget? Has he forgotten everything?
People seem to forget that the regeneration has its quirks.
Yeah, it does have.
Do you want to hear the first words John Pertwee said when he regenerated?
What?
Shoes. What are my shoes?
Yeah. Tennant's first word was like,
how do I look?
What just happened?
Tom Baker, I'm interested. I do it. He started doing it, like started jumping jacks and doing all this crazy stuff. The regeneration has its quirks.
Every regeneration
David Tennant's last words. I don't want to go.
Oh, that made me sad.
And then in the 50th anniversary, because I just really don't want to go. everyone in the screen was like, oh.
Everyone started crying all over
the
again.
fans who
But
were there.
I saw it again.
Okay.
I saw the 50th again in theaters. No one got that reaction. I hated that. Like no one was. Everyone was
It's
there. No one.
cheesy, that's why.
No one's
It's not
really
Everybody
good.
cried at home. They're not crying again.
Because I was gonna say, I don't like the fact that David Tennant whined himself out of the series. He should have, because David Tennant. There's this whole phrase that Eccleston's the warrior. He's the fighter. Tennant's the dreamer, or the man that forgets, the man that regrets, and Matt Smith's the man that forgets.
Yeah.
Like Eccleston doesn't like he's trying to do something about things, and David Tennant regrets what he did during the whole explosion of Gallifrey, and Matt Smith forgets because he doesn't want to remember that. It feels that for David Tennant to come full circle, he would have accepted his death.
Yeah.
Because I don't like the fact when he says to Wilfred, it's like, you had to go and get yourself stuck in there, and I had so much potential, and it's not good. He's whining about it because he doesn't want to go. And, last phrase, I don't want to go. That, for me, it would have been a more heroic moment for the Doctor would be him embracing his death, like Matt Smith did. Matt Smith's like, the new regeneration cycle, get from Gallifrey, boys, and blows up.
Yeah, I know. That was a weird one, though. For me, that was a weird one. He needed a
But
two-parter.
the time that I realized that that the Doctor showed that he's finally growing up was in the first episode of, not in the second episode of, season 7, Rings of Akatan. That speech to the old god,
believe, and I
that was
I have lost things you would never understand.
That was.
I've seen creations burns and universes die. I would mark the passing of the Time Lords. Well, what else would he say? Because I used to know that by heart. That was my favorite.
Have you seen that?
Come and get it.
I love Tennant's wibbly wobbly timing, all that stuff.
It was one of the funny parts. That's what made it awesome.
Where did you get that?
Okay, we've been talking Doctor Who for a while.
We did this an entire episode of Doctor Who.
The War Doctors.
I've been waiting for Young Justice, okay?
Yeah. On to the last part.
That is our... Well, okay, fine.
That's all I want.
I had
roll your costume.
Dang, I can't draw.
This probably will be our final topic,
slightly.
which it's not going to be because we're probably going to go on a tangent and shit. So
We'll try to keep this our last topic. For... What? Sam is doing like this.
he's shooting mind bullets.
Okay, fine.
Mental bitch slap.
Young Justice.
Bullets.
Young Justice, the best DC TV show of the
teen
new-
era.
Warner Brothers,
Yeah.
God.
It's beautiful, guys.
Do we need to say anything
Nah,
else
not
about
the
it?
best.
Do we need to go into detail?
I'm sorry.
Other than it's awesome.
I'm sorry, but Young Justice is not the best. The best is Batman Brave and the Bold.
Yes.
Oh my god, no.
Oh, that was
I've
beautiful.
not seen
I'm
it.
sorry, no. I am not
Young
a big
Justice
fan
was.
of the Brave and the Bold.
I've
The
not seen it.
books, yes. The show, no.
You know how, first...
It looks
I
too
understand.
shitty.
How much
It's
have you
too...
seen?
I've seen... The only episode that I love is The Mask of Matches Malone. And that is because of the Birds of Prey. That is the only
You know
reason
why
that I
love
like
the
it.
show? It's so dark. It's so dark. Surprisingly.
But I think that's what makes it really good.
It's such a good show. Like, Batman, The Brave and the Bold. If I'm right, it's done by the same guys that did Avatar: The Last Airbender and the Thundercats remake.
Oh,
By some of those writers.
Thundercats.
Which, again, the Thundercats show was really good.
And they
It
canceled
was.
it.
Canceled.
My cabbages!
Yeah, it's been canceled for like 3 years.
I got out of the loop about 2 years ago.
like,
So
Yeah.
Brave,
That's so
Brave and the
sad.
Bold.
I gotta think of
Brave and the Bold is such a smart show. It's such a...
Aww.
It's
Tiger.
Brave and the Bold is
what's right.
No.
Of
Stop. No. Young Justice, damn it.
So about Young Justice, ladies.
Yes, Young
Justice.
So we were talking about outside on the break that there is a rumor.
Justice.
There is a rumor going around about a third season, but it's probably just going to be online for now.
It's not going to happen.
No.
I
The rumor right now is that if the Blu-ray editions for season 1 and I think season 2 go well, they DC Warner Brothers will come back and renew it for a third season. That is the rumor that I've heard right now, and that still hasn't changed.
Yeah. Well, for all of us,
Because, I mean, the main reason why, or at least one of the rumors about why they canceled it was because the toys weren't making sales.
I mean, like,
but the thing was, is like, I'm like, I don't remember seeing any toys for them.
Yeah.
because there were okay. We'll say McDonald's did have the Young Justice toys. I will say that because I bought the six skateboards, and they were all aimed to the boys. No female character, no Artemis, no Miss Martian, no Black Canary, no.
I think that's
the actual toys were all aimed towards boys. You go to Toys R Us, all they have is Kid Flash, Robin, and Aqualad.
You know why?
Yeah, because nobody ever actually marketed. Nobody actually marketed to the female population.
It's because the only people that buy toys nowadays are young adults, and young adults would rather have the female characters. That's the one reason. No kids buy toys anymore.
When they put out the whole market of why they canceled it and because girls weren't buying the toys, it's because they didn't have any girl toys. They didn't market. What they do is this is what companies do to try to feminize. They try to do everything in pink. And as we girls know,
have you seen the Nerf toys for girls?
As we know, pink is an offensive color.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Because
it has gotten to be that way.
It has gotten to be the point that it is an offensive color because that is the color of femininity. There's no other color. That's all it has to be. And that's one of the things that really ticks me off is that they try to do everything in the pink.
And what's crazy is like when Hunger Games came out, Nerf came out with a bow and arrow. Mm-hmm. But they made it pink and purple.
Girls were so mad about that.
Young Justice didn't fail because of toy sales. Young Justice failed because Warner Brothers...
Their demographic was weird.
I think because they thought it was because it's geared towards teens instead of kids.
There you go. Mm-hmm. Here's the thing.
And I'm fine with that.
I'm okay with that.
Because I did not like Teen Titans Go.
It's an adult show.
We'll talk about... I have a whole
I'll take
topic
the regular
for
Teen Titans.
The Cartoon Network DC shows right now.
Because here's the thing. Teen Titans, Young Justice, it's not for a kids audience. It's a very... Just for the sole fact that it has continuity. Mm-hmm. Not a lot of kids can follow that because you gotta admit it. Kids' entertainment has been dumbed down.
The thing is that we don't have story arcs anymore.
No, we don't.
We only have 30-minute episodes of here's a problem, fix it in 30 minutes.
Well, we always have that.
Or half that time, and then we get another episode.
We barely have any story arcs.
And the thing here is that executives or whoever does the scheduling for Cartoon Network did not realize that. The showrunners did not realize that. Why? Young Justice aired. It usually aired at 6 o'clock.
At night?
At night. For 5 episodes. After that, it moved to DC Animated Superheroes block. Yeah. Which, if I'm right, was Saturday mornings. Saturday at 8 a.m.
When Saturday morning cartoons for most
Who's up at 8 a.m. on a Saturday?
Who teen young adults are up on Saturday morning? I am not. I'm sleeping
I am actually a morning riser. I would wake up
early because I'm like, Saturday's my sleeping day.
Yes.
That's how I always grew up. Saturday mornings were my cartoon day. They have been since I was 5 years old. No matter what, I wake up Saturday mornings bright and early with my bowl of cereal, watching. Yes, I still do that. I still do that because that's me. I've always been the kid at heart. So doing that didn't matter to me. But
then again, you do have to find some good Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah, I was going to say that didn't matter to you. That didn't matter to me because I wake up early and I watch cartoons. But it matters to every college student out there in America because we're not everybody.
Yeah,
and what I'm getting at is how many of the DC lineup shows are still on?
That aren't Looney Tunes.
None of them.
Yeah.
None of them. Beware the Batman died.
Yeah.
The Green Lantern animated series died.
Which I still love.
I loved Green
Lantern.
Lantern.
They set it up for us third series. They set it up for a third series.
And
and Young Justice all failed. Why? Because all of them aired at 8 in the morning on Saturday morning.
And none of us wanted to watch it that early. None of us wanted to get up that early.
I mean, I got up for the Thundercats, and my little sister, I'm like, hey, get up. We gotta
And then they put
again,
we
Thundercats
can't do that
on
every
Tsunami.
Saturday.
Yeah.
I mean,
But then again,
Maybe I want to go drinking Friday night, you know?
Exactly.
well, I mean, yeah, we're saying this now as college students, but I mean, you got to think the demographic has always been the teens and the younger
I know,
generation.
but the thing is like
So-
when you have something as widely popular as like just DC Comics in general, you know you're going to get an adult, a very adult, you know,
Or in
demographic.
college.
Not only that,
College
but you
student,
have a
yeah.
show. You have a show that is almost
Almost
entirely
adults,
yeah.
dedicated for adults.
yes.
And you had Justice League that went on for 7 years.
Seven,
was great.
7 years.
I think longer
And it
than
went-
that.
and it
Yes,
was an
because,
amazing
the Justice
show.
League was split into 2 parts.
Yeah, they had
Justice
Justice League, Unlimited. Yeah, and it's like that went on for so many years. It's like, why did you think that Young Justice wasn't going to take off?
I know.
Yeah, I know. Actually, that's one of the
And
things
especially
that
with like a very strong storyline. The art was great.
The Justice League 2 seasons had a very good storyline, but then again, they were more part episodes because they did
Part 1, Part 2.
1, Part 2s, Part 3s sometimes. But then not Young Justice, Justice League Unlimited did singular episodes. They had a little bit.
They tried to expand more into the universe.
Yeah.
So.
Didn't really have too much, but it was still a very good TV show. A little dark in the first two seasons, but then it got a little more kid friendly. And Sam is handing me my.
Your turn.
Yeah.
Yay, Joey.
Everybody has to make their own
We've
costumes.
all made our own costumes on this project, so I mean,
but I can't talk in.
Okay, well,
don't worry.
Same time.
we'll cover for
We
you.
got
We'll cover
this.
you.
I
got this.
I
Young
liked,
Justice
I
sucks.
liked it.
And that's the end.
No.
Okay, it's about to get bloody here, guys. I'm sick of that.
Yeah. Okay.
This podcast is gonna die before we even start.
Okay.
Before we recorded the
I just can't believe-
I
so,
said
like-
that someone was going to die
Yeah.
today.
Well, no.
So, I mean, like, okay, so they knew, like, right before the second season was even coming out that they were like, okay, we're only getting a second season. And it's gonna stop. They left it on such a huge freaking cliffhanger that it's just
They
like...
did. Yeah, because they said if I mean, come on, yeah.
Well,
that-
those
okay,
No,
for
there's
those
a
who
theory
haven't
that
seen
he
it,
was sent to another universe and that they're trying to bring it back.
Like happened to Barry Allen.
yeah, it happened to Barry Allen in one of the continuities. It had,
You know how much-
and now the whole fact that
20
Kid
years.
Flash is gone in this universe. I mean,
Yeah,
it brought a lot of people to tears. The fact that was the final episode. It was you brought in
Yeah.
Justice League, you brought in the Young Justice, and they were finally being part of the Justice League.
Yeah, they were being
But
treated like
they were
adults.
being treated like equals, and I think that was a great part. But they should have done a little bit more, at least one more episode, one closer to end it all, rather
Yeah,
than
like,
leave it on the
just
cliffhanger.
go get
that
Kid
it
Flash
did.
and end it.
Because Artemis and the West family, that was like the most heartbreaking thing.
I loved how they wrote this arc. Just like the twists and turns, especially with like the final, like, you know, when they went on to the big bads and they just broke that up. I was like, oh my god, that was so good.
That's how we feel about other shows like Earth's Mightiest Heroes and Earth's Mightiest Heroes got canceled because of the Joss Whedon movie.
Yeah.
Got canceled
But
because-
that was for the director.
but now
This
you
was
have-
more of
yeah.
a fandom thing. We wanted it, and yeah, I mean, the whole
It was
fact-
such a good story arc.
And even the actors who were expecting a third season, most of them had a third season in their contract. Like Danica McKellar and Jessica Carter, Jessica McCartney. Yeah, they had a third season under their contract, and to be cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were going to do another season for that.
And then they canceled it, and then they put on crap like, you know, like Teen Titans Go. And then
They wonder why
I hate the new Spider-Man series because it should have been a Deadpool one. I'm gonna be quick about this. It should have been a Deadpool series because I'm like, this is not Peter Parker at all.
Well,
It's
for the
Deadpool.
for this
It is very
Well, it's pretty good for the Spider-Man series that they have out, or for the Spider-Man shows that they've had so far, because the only other good Spider-Man movies, or Spider-Man TV shows that we've gotten were Spider-Man, the animated series, and the Spectacular Spider-Man.
The original animated series for Spider-Man.
Not the
1990s. Believe me.
Actually, I like that.
They tried to do another like Avengers TV show, animated show.
They're doing this. It's something called
Avengers Assemble.
Yeah. So yes,
I thought that was what Heroes was going to be.
You know what I would like to see?
Because
I'd like to see
their
another.
song was even Avengers Assemble. I thought it was going to be Avengers Assemble.
Something I'd like to see is a new X-Men animated. Oh really?
Yes, there is.
So yeah, but I would like to see another X-Men one. I love Evolution.
I got a question for you guys. How many punches did Spider-Man throw in the 90s cartoon?
He did not throw a single punch because he always played defensively. It wasn't
censorship.
Yeah.
now you can throw a punch against a rhino and not be in trouble. Back then you had to wait until he hit you first before you could. He never even threw a punch, but he always was playing defensive. He always played defensive.
Are you putting clothes on your guy or not? Okay.
Yeah, but he has to. In the 1990s series, the only good thing that I remember from it was this is more scholars article, right? Kind of thing. But the Secret Wars. Secret Wars was probably the best thing that show did. But that show was good. It doesn't hold up as we remember. See, the X-Men series, the original X-Men.
Oh yes, the 90s. Yeah.
That doesn't hold up. Evolutionary.
Actually, you know they were really showing in I think it was like 1986 or 1989. Yeah, I don't know what that was. Yeah, but it was like the I was looking at it actually, but I watched the pilot. I was like, that looks good. It didn't get to me. What do you think of X-Men Evolution?
I think that at the time it was kind of like a show instead where you
I think that X-Men Evolution would have come out of the same time as Justice. It would have been a better No, it was 5. Even movie was the movie, but it was the movie that was halfway through. So I mean, they did the movie like 5. So it's 4 seasons because it's the one. I mean, you can see covering, and halfway through the movie, it switches back the panels. So storyboard mode. So you'll see their cartoon stuff like
it looks
I like changing like the main characters. Yeah. And what's crazy is like, I was thinking about it. Wolverine, like, the main storyline in the original X-Men, the 1990s, is like Wolverine, Cyclops, and Jean Grey. And I did like that in the X-Men Evolution that they didn't change. Yeah, they did the other X-Men. It wasn't really about it officially. They didn't have a love story. But not as much. A different one was I like how they actually X-Men. What was that one? X-Men Friends or something like that. I like the storyline. I don't care for the animation as much. Even though I think Nightcrawler looks awesome.
It's more of an X-Men based if you say past it.
Yeah, it was more of
The animation on
and like just Nightcrawler and everywhere teleporting. Dancing everywhere. He just like the way they did the clouds. It just
it was good. I actually did like that for X-Men Evolution, and I like how they actually went into a younger Cyclops and Jean Grey story rather than have them as adults, because everybody always as an adult. Yeah, because you got Storm and you got Logan as the adults. You've got Drax already, but I mean you never rarely see a story with Jean as a teenager. You always see her as an adult. You see her as an adult most of the time. You see her as an adult. You see Cyclops as an adult most of the time. You don't see them grow up. You don't see them be who they are until you see
because Cyclops hasn't been. Cyclops is a cool design character. I like Cyclops, but his attitude is not the one that I would approve of. I'm not a big fan of Cyclops, but until now, with the whole Avengers X-Men thing, that's when you realize that Cyclops has grown up into a different character. I don't like seeing the young Cyclops. He's happy-go-lucky, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I thought it was really cliche, but the new Cyclops I love because he's basically careless. And that's what I like. But X-Men Evolution, I'm not a big fan of. I might have to watch it again.
I think I'm gonna go back from Netflix and go watch that series again.
I need to go look at the movie now.
I need to go look up Young Justice on Netflix too.
I don't know what I'm doing this week.
It's not Young Justice.
It's not X-Men Evolution.
It's not.
X-Men Evolution is on Netflix. It only has one season.
I thought it was an Amazon because they took out all the.
It wouldn't surprise me because every time like an X-Men movie comes out or something,
they take out
that other content so that people don't buy it.
Yeah, it's like that's what happened to us.
Well, then I guess I'm gonna go stick to watching Red vs. Blue. It is Monday. I am wearing a Red Team T-shirt. You're wearing your Achievement Hunter backpack, and my quote on the back of my shirt is from Simmons. Yes, I actually wore this while I was watching Gus. So.
Now I'm wearing a Spider-Man shirt.
Panties, guys. Panties.
I'm wearing a decent one.
I'm wearing a Star Trek Into Darkness shirt, and I'm sorry, all of you Trekkies out there, because Star Trek Into Darkness was voted the worst Star Trek movie of them all.
It was. Yes, I heard that.
At the Star Trek Con.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry to say this, but as bad as of issues this movie has, the movie was still pretty enjoyable. But yeah.
Better than Wrath of Khan, the original one.
I love
it. Montalban will always be a good con. Just not mine.
Anyways.
And with that, we're close.
But we really need to start wrapping up. We're at 2:50 right now. So, yeah, that is pretty good. So,
Should we say
We've all done.
should we say who we are again and say where you can find us?
Yeah, but first, we will, this weekend, the 9th of August, we'll be going to the free Dallas Comic-Con event. Will you be able to go?
Saturday?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe?
I'm house hunting right now. So I just put my 4th offer in on a house. House hunting is freaking ridiculous in Austin. So I just put my 4th offer in on a house. Hopefully I get it.
Did we check Twitter?
No one.
Nobody posted anything. I've been
Posts crap on Twitter.
I know, but guys, I know that Bree still needs a ride if she's
I
still
think
on.
I might have a ride.
Do you mind smokers?
Yeah.
I need a
I
ride.
think I might get
If I'm going, I need
a
a
couple of
ride.
my friends.
Are you going?
Give me a ride.
I might.
Okay. We'll talk more about it in the meeting.
Okay.
But yeah, so we will be going to the Free Fan Appreciation Day in Dallas for their Comic-Con. We'll try to get a camera from the school to record videos.
I have a good camera.
Okay, yeah, you do? Okay.
I can
No.
actually use this camera.
But that's if I go. So
I was having
for
some
now,
issues, yeah.
for now I'm going.
Okay.
The only reason we would change is if they didn't take our offer, and then I got to go house hunting again on Saturday.
Then you'll have to let me know on Friday.
Yeah, then I'll just let you borrow my camera.
Dude, this is so helpful. I'll let you guys know.
Yeah, so we'll be doing that.
Are we cosplaying?
Yeah, of course we're gonna be cosplaying.
I'll be there.
How many people are we?
For the Comic-Con?
Yeah.
Of course.
I like
It was
to wear-
good.
I like to go to cons and wear suits and bow ties and say that I'm the doctor, and people are like, "You're not the doctor."
I have a
And I'm like,
TARDIS dress.
"Yes, I am. I'm the 37th
Perfect.
doctor. I'm from the future. You just don't know me yet."
Anyways, yeah, so right now,
Doctor and
Yeah,
TARDIS.
I will definitely put on the TARDIS dress. And
okay,
go.
I guess so. Right now, it's me, Sam, Bree, Jose, and my two younger sisters will be joining us. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You can call me Josie. Josie
Boy.
and the Pussycats.
No, got it.
That's good.
But yeah, it'll. I guess right now it'll be $6 for the gas.
Sure.
I'm probably just going to take my own car.
I'm probably not gonna give anything. Okay.
But we'll all meet up at my place. Yeah,
At my place.
How about we
In
meet at
Killeen.
my place? I got a big couch.
No. Yeah, so we do have our own Twitter account and our own, not Facebook, our own YouTube account. Our Twitter account is capital A, small I, capital CBS on Twitter. Follow us, post your questions that we can answer, any questions that we can answer, and subscribe. Yes, it's
We're not gonna bury that dead hooker in your trunk. I'm sorry.
and
I'm just going to like my brain went, what illegal questions are there?
I've worked in this business
Well-
a long time. I know.
we'll post the link for this on our Twitter account, so you can go directly to our YouTube account and subscribe to us there. We'll have more podcasts with.
What's the hiccup count?
Oh yeah, the hiccup count. Before we started, we said we would count each of Sam's hiccups, and right now we are at 9.
Jesus. I can't control it.
And we do apologize if the volume and audio was a little loud. It's our first podcast, so bear with us on that. Hopefully, we'll have all the bugs fixed by next week. Yeah.
I don't want to go.
Oh, please don't do this to me.
You're gonna make Bree cry again.
I had to watch that twice.
Anyways, so that's everything. I am Josh, the president and host of the Comic Book Society. To my right is
Eva.
Sam.
Brianna.
And I'm Jose, the guy you like to hate.
So until next Monday, we don't ever want to go.
I don't want to go.